Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And your other host, Justin.
We kind of had another technical thing, but this time it's a new camera.
It's a brand new camera. It works well.
So we're coming to you guys with the new camera. Hopefully you guys like it.
Yeah.
Because we do.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight, I get to do something special. I got the new Geek Grind copy a little early. It came in about 2 days ago. So yeah, it's the Witch's Brew, which is right up there now. I tried it black downstairs before I brought it up. I could drink this one black. I'm going to choose not to, just because I would like a little sweetness. And so now this is with cream and sugar, and I'm pretty happy with it.
As for me, I was all over the place when we were getting this all set up, so I just have a Mountain Dew Kickstart. To be fair, it's vitamin C, it's low sugar, it's medium on caffeine, it's got potassium in it. It's a healthy energy drink, would you say? I mean, if it has 100% of your daily value of vitamin C in it, would you consider that healthy?
It depends on what else it has. So it's not. I can eat an entire vitamin, but if it's shoved inside of a jelly donut,
you're right.
You know,
it's got some B6, some niacin. It's not it's 80 calories. You know,
5% juice.
5% juice.
I guess that's not too bad.
I mean, it could be worse.
So basically, he skimped out on tea today.
I was ready to build it up, but I kind of rambled my way to victory because something dropped.
Yeah, we kind of spent a couple hours doing something else.
We'll talk about the movies in one sec, but rip and tear until it is done.
Oh, I like that other poster too.
I like all these posters. You fucking kidding me?
Well, yeah, this one, the current Doom Eternal poster that we've got up is very reminiscent to original Doom 2.
Yeah.
But I really like the one with him standing on like top of all the bodies. I can't wait to get to that sword. I'm assuming the sword's actually in the game.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the ones I'm hoping for. I'm gonna raise the mic a little bit because I am slouching hard. Oh. Just gotta. There we go. Now we see that it's got ratings of 9.25, 9 out of 10, 94 out of 100, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and 5 out of 5. We haven't played that far in, but so far I'm putting it up pretty high.
I'm putting it up pretty high as well.
Yeah, you played a lot less than I did too.
I played Doom 2016 on normal, and I feel really bad that I did.
Yeah, I'm doing ultra violence on this one.
Even
my first playthrough.
Yeah, even on ultra violence, did I die? Yeah, I did die because I was just like,
yeah.
But
you also still figure in a few of the controls out. So
yeah, the way that they're handling cyber demons, all that, I'm loving it. I'm loving the idea of how they're handling certain things. Like as the very first, one of the first big creatures you see is literally the icon of Sin, just going, I gotta go. I got things to do. I mean, and you're like, compared to him, you are tiny.
There's a lot of destroyed mechs on Earth too, so I'm kind of hoping we get to do something with that.
I'm hoping so
now,
too.
Back over to Geek Grind really quick before we move too far away from that. They still have the Witch's Brew.
Yes.
They're out of the 5-pound bags, but they still have the regular one, which makes several pots. It is how many ounces? 12. So it's sitting at $14.99. But yeah, the 5 pounds sadly sold out. But if you go through and you use our link and you use the code JUSTH20, that's JUSTH20, you will get 25% off? 20% off. Yeah. Also, if you do a separate purchase, if you scroll up to the top real quick so we can make sure we get the code right, get mugs for 50% off mugs and coffee bag purchases right now. So now I say use our link and then use whichever code works best for your purchase, because as long as you're using our link, you'll still be supporting us. It's all really good coffee. It really is. He's even liked a few of them. He doesn't like coffee. So
I had the Elder's Fathom, and I had to add a lot more sugar and cream to it, but it was still very good.
I mean, if you like sweet coffee, I'm not like, oh, coffee must be strong all the time.
It's like this much coffee, the rest cream and sugar. Like, then does it become?
Well, have you ever watched some of the drinks they make at fucking Starbucks where it's like that much of like just creams and sugars and ice and shit, and then they put one shot of espresso in there,
and then you're just sitting there going like this on the floor. No,
it doesn't bother me.
Sugar.
I find that I like a very strong coffee, but then like to sweeten it up. So like light coffees, I don't like it because sweetening them up kind of makes them watery. And so this one's a dark roast. So I'm pretty happy.
And it smelled pretty dark too.
Yeah.
And while we're on the subject, they even have a new one, a new coffee coming out. Actually, I think it might be out now, and it's in K-Cup.
Mm-hmm. Smuggler's Run. It's vanilla spiced rum.
And then when you told me about it, we both went to the same thing, and it kind of bums us out. But
yeah, we both heard Smuggler's Run and immediately thought Star Wars. Click the whole bean section because I do believe that's. Oh no, they don't have this one in the K cup. Wait,
where was the box then? Oh, it looked like a box.
Yeah, it looked like a box. Yeah.
Okay,
they do have K cups on here though. Just I guess not for the new Smuggler's Run.
Let's back to collection. Maybe it's in a different clickable because usually they try and keep them separated.
Yeah.
You've got to keep them separated.
I was gonna say it's not working. There's one K cup up there. That's up right there.
Yeah, right
it's
there.
The dragon.
I guess not. Oh, I don't know what that is.
Click the next page.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, as you guys can see, they've got some pretty good prices on here too.
This is for their Together for Columbia.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess not yet, but who's to say?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if it sells well, they'll want to do it. And they officially have their second Pathfinder too, Dark Harvest, which is another one I want to try.
And then there's a third one. Did we notice Cadence Cup?
I did not notice Cadence Cup. So there's 3 Pathfinder themed coffees now.
That's a cute little slogan. Stay up with Cadence Cup.
Yeah.
That's a cute little.
All
right.
One thing that you can also do with them is if you go back up real quick.
And there's Cadence Cup. If you want Cadence Cup full of Cadence Cup.
There you go. I mean, I did do Witch's Brew in the Witch's Brew mug.
Yeah.
But if you scroll back up real quick.
Hey.
You can do one-time purchase down. Or you can subscribe and save. So you can set up how often you want it to deliver, and they give you discounts because you're doing a subscription.
Mm-hmm.
So if you find one you actually like and you're worried, like, well, I can go to the store and pick up X coffee, B coffee, or you can have it shipped to whatever your drinking habits are. Yeah. They do 15 days, and what is it? 30 and 7. I'd probably have to do the 7.
Really?
I drink a lot of coffee. Like, if I was going to make it to where, like, this was my new regular coffee, I'd probably have to do the 7 because one of these bags is a couple of pots, but
you chug.
You figure if I do 1 pot a day, I mean...
That's not going to last you. Oh.
So what I would probably do is I'd probably buy a couple bags and then start the subscription to offset me so that I'm always just getting...
You have that little bit left.
Yeah.
I get you. Okay. But I do like that they did a high five with Pathfinder. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, we got the Goblin Gulp, Cadence Cup, and the Pumpkin...
It's Dark Harvest.
Dark Harvest?
Yeah. I mean, Paizo's always been one of those companies that's kind of been willing to work with people on things. I mean, hell, this is the company that lets you write one-shots and send them in to them for consideration. So I'm not surprised that they linked up with someone that was already doing something kind of in that wheelhouse. So.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, this is also not the first company to do D&D oriented coffee.
Yeah.
Like the other one that I was considering was Find Familiar, because that one is strictly Dungeons and Dragons. Like their brews are named after spells or bardic inspiration or thieves' cant, and I'm like,
so is Magic Missile the one that it's nothing special? Everybody can make it.
Look, but I have one question for you.
Yes.
Thieves' cant what?
I don't know.
I love that joke. So yes, support us. Click the link down below. Use the coupon code JustH20. Get yourself 20% off some really good coffees.
Yeah, and like I said, if you're using our link and you want to use that other code because it works better for what you're doing, go ahead. Because as long as you use our link, you're getting us support either way. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and hit last week's movies, and then we'll talk about how October's going to go down.
Yes. So, first movie on the run was 007 Spectre.
So,
I liked it.
hadn't seen this one, which surprised me because I thought we had done all the Bond, like Craig Bonds. Your coaster stuck to your drink. Right when you look is when it falls. That was great.
Yeah, I had seen the vast majority except for Casino Royale, and then this kind of floated under the radar because I didn't even know about it until a little bit ago.
I can't believe that it took them 5 years to get around to releasing another Bond film, and now it may not even release.
Well, shit.
It's still set for November.
It is set for November, as is a lot of things.
But
most
Bond fans are requesting that they push it back.
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of people don't feel safe going to the theaters still. So.
Or digital release it.
I don't know if they're going to do it because to make their money, they'd have to charge pretty good. Because you got to figure people are going to do watch parties.
That's the other thing. Charge it $25, you're still going to make your profit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to charge it a higher amount. And then people like me is going to go, $25 for a movie I was going to see for free.
Oh, that's right. Because you had the pass.
Which is officially reactive because theaters are open in our state.
But
I officially am paying it. I just paid for this month.
Ew.
Yeah.
Icky
and I have not gone to see any movies yet.
Shit. Well,
but back to Spectre.
Spectre was really nice.
So out of the Craigs, you've got Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Spectre, and then eventually No Time to Die. Where do you place this one out of those? Because you have seen Casino Royale. I know you keep thinking you haven't.
No, we saw it.
Okay.
We saw it. It's
got an itch down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that scene.
I've seen them all. I have seen them all. It's just Casino Royale, when we did our rewatch of it, was when I was like, I don't remember this, so I guess I didn't see it. Mm-hmm. So I have now seen all the Daniel Craig ones. I can put this one maybe third.
Okay.
Skyfall, top. Skyfall's top. I love the atmosphere that Skyfall was. It made James look like an actual, just normal person. There was no hindrance to his MI6 training, et cetera, et cetera.
It wasn't a gadget heavy movie, but neither was Casino.
No. Well,
yeah, but to be fair, you also got the car in Skyfall. So no matter what, you still get one gadget.
Fair. Okay, fine. But, I mean, hell, even Spectre only had one real gadget.
The watch. Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Spectre is probably number 2 to 3, because I don't know where to throw Casino Royale on it, because my least favorite is Quantum of Solace. I found Quantum of Solace really boring.
I don't know. So
as far as a James Bond movie.
with Quantum, I find it's a very forgettable movie.
Yeah,
something about it just doesn't stick around. I've watched it plenty of times. I own it.
I remember the villain, and I remember a couple scenes.
Honestly, I forget who the villain is all the time. The only reason I'm remembering now is because I'm part of a James Bond page on Facebook. And someone recently posted a photo of him, went highly underrated, and I went, "That's the villain." It's like it's still kind of in my mind from that recently. For me, so like my favorite Bond film was always From Russia with Love.
Okay.
And then Craig,
Do you know what mine is?
GoldenEye?
No. Before then.
Like before then, meaning before Brosnan?
Before Brosnan.
Okay.
You got that right, Mac.
I don't remember. Which one?
Lady Secret Service.
Oh, okay. Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Her Majesty's Secret Service.
So the
Lady Secret Service.
The one Lazenby movie.
Yes. I like Lazenby only because of the changes he took.
Original's still the best. So the chat saying original's still the best. Now, are you saying like Connery?
Connery.
You're referring to Connery? Or are you actually saying Dr. No being the first movie being the best?
Like, you got Moore, you got Lazenby, which I didn't mind. Like, Lazenby did do a lot of very strange things, but I enjoyed it.
As far as the documentary about Lazenby on Hulu, fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's in it, and he basically tells the story of him becoming and stopping being Bond, and, like, they have actors acting out his story as he tells it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you were saying, I'm sorry.
So my favorite was From Russia with Love. Yes. It's the second Connery film. Technically, book-wise, should have happened before Dr. No, if I remember correctly. And then when Casino Royale came out,
Mm-hmm.
it blew me away. I was like, this is Bond. Like, being a fan of the books and everything, this is Bond. So Casino Royale really took a spot there, but Skyfall was freaking amazing.
Skyfall was pretty good. Like,
so if I'm gonna put a list of Craig movies, for me, Casino Royale and Skyfall are really button heads, but I will give number one to Skyfall. So it'll go Skyfall, Casino, Spectre, not for a lack of trying, and then Quantum.
okay, so comparing Spectre to Skyfall, just from ratings alone, you got Spectre hitting mid-60s, and that's almost clear across the board. Even Google users are pretty,
86,
pretty low on it. But then when you go over to Skyfall, it boosts.
Yeah, there was just something about Skyfall, something.
So that clicked with people. Judi Dench is an amazing actress, and they always include her in very small ways into almost all of the Daniel Craig ones. Because they just had her in a video clip
or something like that, yeah, for Spectre.
Yeah, for Spectre, and I'm like, even having her for that brief instance.
Yeah. I mean, she was great in the Brosnan ones too, because Brosnan's the era she started in.
Yes.
I think if I do like a top 5 throughout all the actors, Spectre doesn't make that list.
Really?
Yeah, because I the problem is I'm probably gonna go from Russia with Love, and then from there I'll probably go Skyfall, Casino Royale, GoldenEye.
GoldenEye is pretty high up there. I know you're probably gonna want to lynch me, but I actually like Die Another Day.
I love Die Another Day. It's just bad CG.
Bad CG, but very good story.
Great acting from Brosnan still.
Oh yeah.
The car's a little wonky. Like, I felt
what
that
was the car in Die Another Day?
I don't remember the make, but that was the one that went invisible. And yeah, the technology is becoming more of a thing because it's just cameras and LED lights and whatnot. But in my personal thought process, making the car invisible and everything was like, let's give Bond everything. And it was like, why? Like, he doesn't need the invisible car. He's Bond. That was also the first time we didn't have the original Q anymore because he had passed away. So it was John Cleese.
Yeah, I'm to be fair, I like Cleese's little bubbly attitude.
Yeah, and he had been in a couple of the previous ones as an assistant to the original Q. So
yeah.
He was kind of grandfathered in there. I liked it, but losing the original Q really sucked.
Ooh.
The biggest complaint I have, other than the CGI for Die Another Day, is the
So 3. Okay.
What? They had 3 of them, or?
Well, they had 3 specialty cars when they were doing the racing on the ice.
On the ice, okay.
They started doing the fucking sick drifts.
My biggest complaint about that one, other than the CGI, is the fact that you've got the bad guy, and spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen Die Another Day, but I'm sorry. You've got the bad guy who changes his face, but it's supposed to be the same person. But the actors didn't talk to each other to try to link anything up, and it comes across as 2 completely different people.
Yeah, and that I think is fine. Just because
there should have at least been like a mannerism, like the way he chews his mustache. Something. I mean, the character didn't have a mustache, but you know what I mean. Like, there should have been some kind of tick. Bond figures out it's him, but never has a reason why he figures out it's him. He just figures it out.
Yeah, he just do it.
But maybe I think he found like paperwork and stuff. I'm like, there should have been something that Bond would have recognized.
Yeah. Also, thank you, Goon, for the subscription.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Like, if you just search up Bond cars, you're mostly going to get Aston Martins.
Oh, I love the Aston Martin.
Neutral. I don't mind how they look. What is it called? Forza Horizon has that whole list of them.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are Astons. But then you have like a couple.
The one that turns into a submarine.
Yeah, you got the Jaguar. You got the Beamer. Like, you got the here's and there's.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, all the cars perform really well because when I gave you the money to buy that season pass, it came with those.
Forza.
Yeah, it came with a couple of those, and I was like, oh man, these handle really, like, either really nice or really weird.
I love how you can tell which Bond films were filmed around like the 80s and stuff like that based off of the cars.
Yeah.
That's great. So who was your favorite Bond?
My favorite Bond overall would probably be Craig.
Okay.
And the reason why I say it like that... Oh, hey, speak of the devil. And the reason why I say it like that is because I don't know. He just feels the most authentic with what he's given, especially in today's times.
His Bond's very aggressive,
But
in a way that works.
Yeah, in a way that, you know, there's a lot of shit going on around him. I need to remain calm.
Mm-hmm.
And how am I going to remain calm?
Just beating the crap out of that guy.
Stay stoic, punch that guy, handle this, grab that rope, jump off the side, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He just does it. He doesn't have any contemplations. He doesn't have any quick quips unless he's like talking to, you know, an individual that he needs to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And then he handles it. He just does it. I would say near close to that, probably more.
Okay.
Like Connery and Brosnan, good. And then Lazenby, I can't really throw him anywhere on it.
What about Dalton?
Dalton. Oh, I haven't really seen too many of that.
Okay.
So
Timothy Dalton
I think I've seen one, but it's not up there.
So Timothy Dalton was actually offered Bond.
Okay.
Back when Connery was still Bond.
Yeah.
And he felt he was too young, and that's why they went with Lazenby. And then Lazenby didn't do another Bond movie, so they had to go back to Connery. And then they started with Roger Moore, and then they were looking to get rid of Moore because Moore was aging, because Moore started late, and Lazenby still felt, Dalton still felt he was too young to play Bond, so he turned it down again. And they were also looking...
years!
Yeah. And they were also looking at Brosnan at one point, but then the whole Remington Steele thing happened and all that stuff. So Dalton turned down being Bond multiple times until he got a little older, and then he was like, yeah, I'll be Bond now. Did like 3 Bond films and then stopped being Bond. He was like, he just kept going, no, I'm not old enough. I'm not old enough.
I feel like I should watch a couple more of them just because I mean, I know you have the entire Blu-ray collection.
Yeah. The only thing I don't own is the non-Eon Productions remake of Thunderball. The one that Connery came back as an aging Bond for a different company. It was a whole big lawsuit thing that happened.
Really?
Yeah, and they released their movie opposite of a Roger Moore Bond.
Yeah. Goon just mentioned, first time I've ever heard I'm too young for this shit. You know, I mean, you're right. If Danny Glover ever popped out and said, I'm too young for this shit, it wouldn't come off right. Saying I'm too old for that shit.
Well, I mean, if someone handed him a walker, he'd be like, I'm too young for this shit, and throw the walker.
Yeah. But Mac also mentions in chat that his list is Connery, Moore, Craig. That's also a pretty fair explanation. I don't know why, but I like how Craig doesn't eat up the scenery, but also takes control of the scenery. Yeah. If that makes sense. Like he knows what he's there to do, and he does it.
Goon, there are a bunch of Bond films on like Hulu and stuff right now. If you ever want to check any of them out, he's saying he doesn't remember the last time he saw one. Now, another thing when it comes to like comparing the Bonds, being a fan of the book, of the books, I take a lot of that into consideration looking at the different Bonds. And a lot of people say Dalton is the most like him, and I agree until we get Craig. Craig did a lot to be like be a lot like the book character. I don't think that's going to help out worth a damn.
Dr. No, available on. So,
depends on when this was updated, but...
you're right. Oh.
April 3rd or 30th, so maybe.
So could be.
IMDb has actually updated themselves pretty well now, so that when you search a movie, for the most part, it tells you where it's streaming.
Cool.
So.
Wow. The second movie in the franchise commissioned Dr. No Spectre. Wow. This goes into great detail, and then...
About all of them.
You only live twice. This is one I want to see. Because this is the one where... this is one where he runs back into Blofeld and goes, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, wow.
I think...
Diamonds are forever. Whoa. Diamonds are forever.
Bond for Smash.
Don't go spoiling nothing, Goon.
And Max says, different times, older Bond was more of a womanizer, new Bond kicks ass. And you're right. Now, one thing, though, when Fleming was making the books,
mm-hmm.
a reporter asked him, like, why did you make Bond such a womanizer? He sleeps around so much and everything. He goes, 1 book a year, 1 woman per book. I mean, a woman a year, does that really make you a womanizer? Well, people look at it and go, oh, he's a womanizer because he sleeps 2 or 3 women in the movies. And so, well, that's a little much, I guess, because you're jumping from bed to bed every night.
Yeah.
But in the books, he normally like sticks to 1, maybe 2 women. And the books are normally set a year apart. So it's like he's really not like that in the books.
And you also got to figure most of them, and actually, as Blofeld mentioned, most don't survive.
Yeah. But, well, it's normally the bad Bond girls that
Yeah.
don't survive. They did do that with Casino Royale, though, where a good one didn't make it, and that was kind of sad.
Yeah. But yeah, this one showcases what it's all on. Most of them showcasing that it's on Hulu. So I might actually...
I think Hulu's got a big collection right now of them.
I might not even need to borrow your collection.
My Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought the special Blu-ray because it was on sale on Amazon, and it had the
Big
spot.
Fuck off
Yeah.
box. And it even had a spot for Spectre.
Spectre. So when Spectre came out, I bought the Blu-ray for Spectre and popped it in there.
Skyfall is not on it, though. But then again, I have Amazon Prime Video, so...
Yeah, well, I think that's because Skyfall just murdered when it came to ratings and stuff like that, that everyone went, I'm going to buy this movie, or I'm going to watch this movie. Now they're like, well, we're going to put it somewhere. We're going to put whoever pays the most.
Fair enough. That's a really good shot.
Of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brosnan was supposed to start early, but he couldn't because of Remington Steele getting picked up the last day that it could for being revived. But let's go ahead and move on to the second movie for the night. I do like that spot. That's a great spot. We watched something a little less serious for the second one. We watched The Naked Gun. So it's from this TV show, Police Squad. This was the movie that branched off of that and then branched off into 2 more movies from there.
I fucking love the wordplay in this whole entire fucking movie.
Yeah.
Major? You too?
I mean, that's kind of just a Leslie thing, because you get that a lot in Airplane. And Don't Call Me Shirley.
Yeah, Don't Call Me Shirley. I need to watch more Leslie Nielsen.
Here, let me take over. Get a hold of yourself.
Yeah. And then, hold on. I got it from here. And then the nun takes over and then continues on.
I think the weirdest thing about watching this was the fact that O.J. Simpson was Nordberg.
Yeah.
That was a little interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen the movie plenty of times. I grew up watching the Naked Gun movies. How do you feel about it?
Oh, I mean, the ratings here showcase that it's a little all over the place, but I'm going to put it at 85.
85?
85 out of 100. I liked it. It got a few out of me. Just the scene, even right here down at the bottom middle, where he parks his car and
the car starts rolling
and
after
the car
him.
starts rolling after him after all the airbags and even some in the back seat are deploying, and then he almost gets hit by it and goes, "Hey, stop right there!" Pulls out his gun, just starts firing at it, and then as soon as everyone starts coming out, he's like, "Did anyone grab its license plate?" And then all of a sudden he's like, "Wait, I think that get statements from everybody," and just walks away.
A lot of slapstick humor, a lot of him breaking stuff.
Yeah.
I've always loved it. This is not the one that has my favorite scene from a Naked Gun movie, though. So eventually we'll watch the other 2, and we'll get to that scene.
Okay.
All I can say is he's having sex, and there's a sports game going on, and he basically starts listening to the sports game and doing what's going on in the sports game.
Okay. I mean, the sexual scene in original Naked Gun was a bit strange, but fine, I guess.
Leslie had done some serious acting. I mean, Forbidden Planet,
Creepshow.
Mm-hmm. But altogether it was a comedy, man. So
they fucking.
What do you want to move on to next?
Let's get some of the weird stuff out.
Oh, well, we have to actually talk about what this week's.
Oh, that's right.
I completely spaced it.
That's right. It's Lauren's month, which is also it's a spooky month.
Lauren has been doing that all day because of you.
That's fine.
She did it last night at midnight.
For what I'm referencing is Senior Pello had an animation a couple of years ago for Halloween talking about Spooky Month. And the Spooky Month was, of course, October all the way through Halloween. It's Spooky Month.
It's Spooky Month.
It's a Spooky Month.
So tonight we're going to do classic, and then we're going to do kind of a movie that was inspired by the classic. They've actually come out and been like, well, it was a big influence on the film. So we're going to do The Birds, original Alfred Hitchcock black and white film. The second film is going to be Arachnophobia.
Okay, that's the one that I'm going to be like, ugh. Also, yes, Goon also raises up another interesting point today. Today also marks the beginning of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Oh.
which I full-heartedly back, even though Susan B. Komen is a bit of a strange company, but they still do what they're told to do.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the follow.
Oh, thanks. Now, when it comes to October, it is Lauren's month. I mean, she's the spooky, creepy one in the house, even though I'm wearing all the Camp Crystal Lake stuff with the thing in the background. So she will be taking over full blown. She already has the next 3 nights after tonight planned also. So,
okay. And
we did have to do a little bit of tweaking due to 1, wanting to keep it in a realm where you would stay interested, and 2, trying to stay with time constraints.
Okay.
Because we didn't want 6-hours of movies, you know. We could do scary games this month too on the channel. Doom counts as horror.
Doom does count as horror, so yeah, I guess I could. I'm gonna go home and download Doom and play that.
And Blood Fresh Supply.
And Blood Fresh Supply. I heard that Phasmophobia was a pretty interesting, nice little psychological horror that was co-op, if I'm not mistaken.
We could also do a lot of Dead by Daylight. We could do some Friday the 13th, the game.
I heard that was still a little jank.
Friday the 13th, the game?
Yeah.
It's got its moments, but it's fun for what it is.
I'll do DVD before I do Friday.
I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy both.
Okay.
The one thing I like best about Dead by Daylight over Friday the 13th is that with Dead by Daylight, I can always get to be the killer. As where Friday the 13th, it's random who's going to be the killer. You can set your preference, but you're not guaranteed killer.
And also our chat also mentions Friday is a dead game, sadly.
I haven't played it in a little bit, but last time I got on, there was people on it. And
it was lively?
Yeah, I was on there. I got to be Jason twice in a row. I was pretty happy. It can take up to 20 minutes for a queue.
I mean, that's kind of league right now.
But
it took Socks and I a good 4 minutes just to get into an ARAM.
The other thing though is I wouldn't be going into a random one. If we were streaming, it would be us and friends. So
so it would be close knit.
Yeah, so we wouldn't have any. We wouldn't have to worry about that. We just load it up with a couple people.
Yeah.
So now we'll move on to some sad stuff. Right?
So
sad.
I mean,
it doesn't affect me.
It doesn't. I mean, it used to affect me, but now it doesn't. So back in the day, I used to love World of Warcraft.
I never played.
It's a fine MMO.
I played EverQuest.
It had really good story. It had good little tiny voice lines that.
I like how vibrant the colors were.
Yeah. Well, now they're a little more dull. But
well, because like EverQuest, everything was like
grays and greens.
Yeah, and like you did not have purple armor, and and shit like that. And you see people running around with all these colors and wow, and like I kind of liked that.
That's really low. We just got minor statistics of peaking at about 600 players and averaging about 350 players on Friday the 13th on just Steam alone. Well, that's pretty low.
To be fair, it was a crowdsourced game and wasn't released by a major company either.
And then didn't they get I don't want to say cease and desisted, but MGM was expecting.
No, well, let me break that down real quick. So Friday the 13th comes out.
Yes.
For anyone that doesn't know, big spoilers. The killer is Pamela Voorhees, and the son is Jason Voorhees.
What a spoiler!
And then the sequel happens, and Jason's an adult the same day.
Let's not dwell on that too much. Continue.
My argument is the kid in the lake isn't
Jason.
It's manifestation of her mind or something.
Well, what about the one that happens at the very beginning of the first movie?
It's years before.
I know, but who is that then?
It's Jason at the beginning of the first movie.
Oh, it is.
That gets killed.
Oh.
And Pamela's going around killing the people
after.
Yeah. And then so he has time to grow up. So the guy that wrote the script was doing a lot of writing without being paid.
Oh.
And then the movie happened. They used a lot of his script and a little bit of other people's scripts, and they started making all the sequels. He did not write Jason the Killer, but he did create the character of Jason Voorhees, the kid, and Pamela Voorhees, the killer.
Yes.
So a couple of years ago, he sued, which caused them to cancel production on the second remake to the Friday the 13th franchise. Also caused a cease and desist for the DLC for the Friday the 13th game, and therefore a lot of the updates they were going to do. They were still able to do some stuff, and I think the lawsuit's now been ended, but they've moved on to their Predator game, so I don't think they're ever going to come back.
No.
But basically, this guy was suing, stating, I own Jason because I created Jason, sure, he didn't create hockey mask, machete wielding Jason, but he owns
Jason.
the Jason Voorhees character.
Jason.
Or that's his argument. And he owns all of Pamela. So he wanted a crap ton of money from the movies, and also stated that they couldn't use Pamela or Jason, even with it being hockey mask Jason, because it's the same name, that they couldn't use his characters without his permission.
Okay.
So that's what stopped the game. The game never actually did anything wrong. They were working within legal rights with the studio, but because the studio started getting sued because the studio done stuff wrong, it affected the game.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's very interesting. But even still, with World of Warcraft, their latest expansion is getting a little bit of a bump.
So
it's a pre-patch, and then later on, it's gonna right now it's here's the little tidbit that we can kind of give you, and then later on when we start doing more to release Shadowlands, we'll release it all in one go.
Yeah, so originally it was supposed to release on October 27th. Now they're just saying later this year.
Yeah, I think that when October 13th comes around, that pre-patch is going to be pretty good. It's going to be full. It's going to be great. And then afterwards, it's going to say, here's all of our actual expansion. So I'm okay with it. If it means the game is going to be... Oh, I forgot to mute that too. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Go away, virus protection.
Go away. We don't need protection.
Promptly gets hacked.
That's fine.
Yeah. Here's just a quick little bit from this. They said over the past several months of testing, we've made significant progress. And they've done some polishing. They've done some core features on the game. They're at a point where the zones, the campaign, and the level up questions experience and story have told have to tell a essential. I'm breaking here. Have to tell are essentially ready to share. So that's all good. However, as everything started coming together, we've been listening to and building up on your feedback. That's always a good thing to hear, that they're listening to you, because we got a few stories here where people aren't being listened, or the consumers aren't being listened. And it says it's become clear we need to let more time for additional polishes and the balance and iteration of some interlocking pieces, particularly those related to the end game. So I'm assuming boss battles at the end weren't right.
The raids, maybe.
Yeah. I don't play WoW, so I wouldn't know what the experience with that is. But I definitely know what it's like to go into a raid that just doesn't seem right with the way the rest of the game went down. I've been a big Destiny player, and those have plenty of raids. And now I'm a big 76 player, and those have plenty of events and things like that, and raid type things.
Yeah, and I mean, they scale down to whatever you are, so to a degree. Like, if you go into an area you're clearly not meant to.
I did the new daily op, and
yeah, I'm excited to get into those later on.
So I did it. I'm a level 70 something. They're suggesting level 50. I didn't die, but I had a level 55 guy who was maxed out on radiation that kept going down non-stop, and I had to keep reviving his ass non-stop because the enemies don't stop coming in the daily ops.
Oh wow!
There is not clearing the area out. So
I mean, God, I would love to just be in like this giant horde mode, but if he's hitting all those radiations, I would promptly set down my camp because I really want to work toward getting that decontamination bay.
Oh, well, with the daily ops, you won't be able to set your camp in there.
Oh,
yeah, you're actually loaded into a place. You're underground and shit.
Yeah.
But back to Shadowlands. I'm sure plenty of WoW players are upset.
Oh, yes. They're probably going to be the couple, but then again...
But they're saying they're still going to be giving stuff. You're still going to get stuff.
You're getting your new experience in Exile's Reach, host of new character customization options, and then it's like, hey, when the area releases, that's when we'll lift the veil.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so you get what you're supposed to be getting. It's just, you're going to wait a little bit longer to get to the area.
And I mean, is it really a bad thing that they want to make sure that you're happy based off of what you, the consumer, was saying? It's not like they're going through and saying, we heard what you said, but we've got this shiny thing instead. They're going, shit, that's what you guys want? Fuck, we didn't do that. Let us fix that.
Yeah. Like, Blizzard, as strange of a company as they are, they listen most of the time. I can't say they listen all the time, but they do.
You guys have phones, don't you?
And that's not even going to release, apparently.
Good. Fuck that. We're getting the new
some people are excited for it because it's like, oh, hey, my phone can handle literally every single game in the world. But then you have the people who are like, but I can't, and I just want Diablo 4.
Yeah, honestly, we need Diablo 4.
Yeah, Diablo 4.
Granted, I never finished playing Diablo 3.
I thought I had something for Diablo 4, but
Goon's also saying let's get straight up canceled. I don't think it's going to, because they're saying that stuff's coming October 13th. They're talking about all these different things that they're gonna do over time. I think it's still coming. Ooh, that got kind of grainy.
Yeah, well, of course, you blow up a picture, it's gonna do that.
Max says he misses StarCraft.
StarCraft 2 is still getting a little bit of love.
Yeah, you could still technically play the old StarCrafts. It's big. StarCraft 2 is still pretty big in Korea or South Korea, right?
Everywhere. They just ran NCL, I think. The only downside is instead of it being NCL, it's like NCO because it's no longer a LAN party. It's now.
The problem
online.
is, I know Mac, and he doesn't have a gaming PC, so unless it comes to console, he wouldn't be able to play it. And
Gotcha.
There's no way they're bringing StarCraft to console.
I don't know. Blizzard to make some very strange decisions. I wouldn't be surprised if they finally said, you know what, screw it, just throw it all.
What someone needs to do is develop a device you can just plug into your console, so that you can read PC games.
Man,
That'd be fucking cool.
That'd be cool, but I don't know how the emulation would work.
I don't know. I'm just saying. There's people smarter than me out there. They can handle it.
Yeah.
While we're talking about delays, wasn't there something? Oh no, we don't have it pulled up, but Cyberpunk 2077 is still not on course to be released when they're saying. So now everyone's having to pull overtime and work 6 days a week.
That I don't like. I have never liked the ideology of, oh fuck, I need to make my workers suffer because we need to have a deadline that has been set for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Like, even when you guys bumped
a deadline
it back.
that we keep pushing, which means they've repeatedly not been able to stay on course for this game. And I know some of that's that they've come out and they've said, we're trying to make it look prettier, we're trying to make it run better. And it's like, okay, but if it wasn't ready, don't give us a date.
Yeah, don't tell me, don't give us some, like, do the old id Software thing where John Romero was like,
it'll be ready when it's ready.
yeah. He was like, it'll be ready January-ish. I mean, if it isn't, it isn't. And then January came and went. I'll let you know when it's done, when it's ready. And then Doom 2 came out, and then people were starting to make the Final Doom maps, and he was just like, when that's ready to go, just fucking throw it. Who cares?
What was the other thing he did that can be considered canon to Doom?
Technically, Hexen, Heretic. I guess if you really want to get snide, you can throw the ideology of Daikatana, which is terrible.
There's one that I've seen on a lot of like the Doom timelines that people consider pretty canon. I don't remember which one it was.
Commander Keen, Wolfenstein.
I wish Wolfenstein was. I mean it kind of is, because we find out that Doom Guy is related to BJ.
Great grandson.
Yeah.
And then Commander Keen is the great grandson of BJ Blazkowicz.
But could you imagine being Blazkowicz and you just find out that like the Nazis had like a portal to hell they were trying to make work, and it starts to launch, but BJ walks in and just shoots it or something? Like, it'd be a nice little thing.
It'd be a nice little comb over, and then be like, Doom Guy gives like a bit of a welcoming nod, and then that'd be a good like co-op thing. BJ Blazkowicz and Doom Guy killing Nazi demons.
That'd be pretty cool.
Goon says, you're welcome, Romero.
Goon says H Doom.
Yeah, you don't want to know what that is.
Okay.
You do not know what.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to you on that. So, we didn't have any other cancellations, right? We do in the form of movies. We should probably talk about that.
So thank you to The Verge for kind of giving us images, but we're just gonna give our 2 cents on it. Black Widow delayed to 2021 and pushing back the Eternals and other Marvel movies. So when we're saying other Marvel movies, what else was there going to be?
So the Eternals was set to have a date. The Black Widow was set to have a date, and there was only one other one that had a set date right now. Shang-Chi. The Legend of the Ten Rings. That was the other one that was set. So now it's been pushed back from its May 7th date to July 9th. And I think that's not because of Black Widow being pushed back, but I think that's because they couldn't do filming.
Yeah, and then you got Black Widow doing a huge push from February 12th to November 5th.
Well, the other thing with Black Widow is it doesn't have to worry about releasing before the other movies.
You're right, but
because
it's a prequel, but at the same time,
excuse me, sorry.
Oof, you have toys, you have Funko Pops that have released last month that showcases where it's just like we have the toys, we have the efforts. Don't get me wrong, they're selling pretty well.
Yeah.
I do like the look of the new Taskmaster in Funko form.
Does he look in Funko? Because I don't like the way he looks in the movie. From my understanding, though, these are the movies that are like they've been pushed back for release dates. There's other movies that aren't even. Oh, he does look better in Funko form. There's movies that aren't even filmed yet, and all their production stuff's been pushed back. However, I think Falcon and Winter Soldier's officially starting their filming again.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. I like that one. This is the one I don't like at all. I have this one.
I was gonna say I think one of us has that. I think I have it too.
No, well, it went straight to clearance for like $4 and some change.
Yeah.
So
Mac, the movie's actually completely filmed, so we don't have to worry about the actors getting older.
It's post-production.
Yeah,
stuff.
it's done. It's just with COVID, they're choosing not to release it.
Which is weird for 8 months, 9 months.
I mean, that's the thing though. This movie's got a following. People want this damn movie, so I think they feel they can get away with it, and they don't want another mishap of releasing a $30 rental type thing on Disney Plus because Mulan did not make money.
But
not just because of the $30, it was because of the shit the actor did and whatnot. But it was also because of the $30.
Let's see, shit the actor did, the missing pieces from original Mulan to now Mulan, some very strange scenes that didn't really feel right to certain people.
I mean,
it's
no Mushu, no music. Director saying there's no Mushu because we wanted this to be more realistic while having a woman that turns into a bird. The actress supporting what's going on in Hong Kong. The movie getting permission from Hong Kong to be a thing.
It's so weird.
A lot of weird shit happened with Mulan, and I'm just glad I didn't drop $30 to watch it.
Yeah. And then speaking of toys,
yeah, we can move on to more Marvel stuff.
So,
these are already sold out.
These are really hard to find. The Gameverse variants of the Avengers game, they have figures, and they help build Abomination, as I recently learned.
So it's Marvel's Legends and Gameverse, and it's doing the whole you buy a character, you get a part for another character thing. These were supposed to be out for like 15 to 20. I'm seeing people selling the entire collection for like $180.
I think this one on eBay was $185 and free shipping. Hey,
they'll probably do another run of them.
I'll probably do another run. I did notice another Marvel Legends for Moon Knight, where almost all the boxes of the original set are always black. His was in a pure white, and it looked so good. Here, actually, I'm gonna see if I can bring it up.
There's more theories and more stuff that's leading to that Moon Knight might be Keanu, and I'm really hoping. I really want him to be.
Like, look at that! I like how that looks.
Yeah, it looks good.
I would post that up on.
Yeah, see, this guy's selling this one for $20. That just goes to show.
I mean,
more of these will come out. The Avenger one, they're not going to do the one set, especially because that game's going to get a lot of motion once they release some patches.
These do sell. We got a whole box in. Whole box was gone in less than a week.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who's buying them up. I don't know if they're doing stuff like this, but it's like, why buy it for 20 just to sell it for 22? Like, you're not getting anything.
Maybe the person didn't buy it with the concept of selling it. Maybe they bought it for someone and the person already had it or something.
Maybe. I mean, sure enough. And then 25, it's like, oh, this guy's selling it for fucking $12.50. Let's go.
These are if I had kids, I would buy them the Marvel Legend ones because they're pretty well crafted toys.
They're fully articulated. They have multiple sets of things.
And then when you get them a complete set, you get them another character, which is really nice.
That's disgusting. That is fucking disgusting.
Okay.
These stickers? You know what these stickers are.
No, I don't work at Walgreens.
Okay, well, okay. Well, even so, these stickers are when you pull them off, they leave a little bit of a stain from the Mylar.
Oh.
I hate it. If this was on the back, I'd be like, ugh. I
used to buy graphic novels from Barnes & Noble because I had a discount. Okay.
Okay.
You know those sticker security tags?
Yeah.
They started sticking them on the pages in the center of the book because too many people were stealing them. How am I supposed to get that off without ripping the page?
A blow dryer, but then again, you could damage the print.
Yeah, so
like, it's a lose-lose situation.
No toys, action figures, LOL. Fine, they're action figures. They are very actiony. I have a few action figures in this room.
We got the unpainted JD Phoenix from Gears of War.
Now that I don't care about Loot Crate, I kind of wonder if I want to paint that one day.
I mean, paints aren't expensive.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I used to keep in the boxes. It was like, oh, it's a nice cool thing. And now I'm like, fuck Loot Crate.
I mean, I did the same thing. I have the prototype Boba Fett that's pure white that I kind of want to paint.
Gotcha.
But I have him just posted up in box on the wall. And then we got freaking... What is that, an Urukai?
Where?
Right above you. No, that's from Spawn,
that's from Spawn.
Yeah. That's from Spawn.
And
then you got Fallout over there. And then Rocket.
Yeah, there's plenty of figures around this room. We'll have to do like a virtual tour one day.
Party on, dudes.
Oh, now Goon's yelling at me. Action figures, Mom, not toys.
They're action figures.
Yes, they are action figure toys. Yeah, we'll move on to this. So Halloween.
Now, Bungie does very good with their timely...
Cosmetics. I was saying cosmetics.
They do cosmetics. I'm sure there's something that they're gonna include as far as like raid or something.
Goon says, "I love hearing things pointed out on the podcast that I listen to. To be fair, the things that we point out normally end up on our Instagram. Go look at our Instagram, butthead."
But even still, like these look neat. They look niche.
This is only a little bit too.
Yeah, there's only a little bit.
There's some pretty cool stuff out there.
Let me see if I can grab the first link or the first picture. I know it's up top. Like those look fucking cool. Yeah. Look at that. That looks cool. I like that.
So they're doing that's their annual event. So it's the Festival of the Lost. It's got new loot and other fan stuff that normally has. But like the previous year, the festival will include a few weapons the players can earn, exotic cosmetic rewards, and newly updated versions of the Haunted Forest for players to explore. The festival will start October 6th.
Okay.
I'm probably going to do the updates that need to be done just to jump in and check out what the festival is. Because I missed last year's. So it might be a cool thing.
The only event I think I've ever done was the virus breakdown, where it had all the little static around the head.
Yeah, I missed that one too. I've only made it for one event, and it was one of the 6 Christmas events they've done between the 2 games.
Like I remember this was back when I was like super hardcore on it, and I was like, oh, I'm having a lot of fun, and then I started like feeling it less and less. Like every planet I visited, I would sit in a nice little area and be like, come to Earth in the next 10 minutes if you want to get your ass kicked. And then I was on Mars. Come to Mars in the next 10 minutes if you want your ass kicked. Go to the moon. Come to the moon in 10 minutes if you get your ass kicked.
They've got a lot of fun cosmetics, but the problem with most of them is I've got my Celestial Nighthawk and I love the way it looks, and so I never use most of the cosmetics.
I'm not going to go looking for it. I was going to go looking for it, but...
Also, another thing the chat said was we need a new spawn. There was supposed to be a new spawn. So Todd McFarlane himself, creator of Spawn, wrote a script. The script was too long, and he was asked to dial it back. He was also going to direct it. It was all going to be through Blumhouse. Blumhouse greenlit the project, greenlit for him to direct, write the script. And from what I understand, there's nothing confirming this, but from what I understand, they read the script and went, wow, you can really write comics. And that's about it.
So what you're telling me, you have a comic book hero / anti-hero, whatever, and you ask the comic book hero / do you see where I'm going with this?
I mean, people do plenty of different things. I mean, we've also seen very many times though where it's weird. So Kevin Smith was asked to write a Superman movie. And he went by Warner Brothers, and he told Warner Brothers, "You guys own DC. You've got the guys that write the comics. Why aren't you asking them?" And they went, "Those are comic book guys. We need a movie writer." And I don't agree with that. And I'm like, "Fuck you. A comic book guy can write a movie." And then I look at RoboCop 2 and remember that Frank Miller wrote that and go, "Ooh, yeah, maybe they can't." And now they've looked at the script for Spawn and went, "Damn, you can't write a script." And maybe comic book people can't write a movie.
Now, hold on. Didn't Frank Miller also later on do Sin City 2?
To be fair, he had Robert Rodriguez's help. They did that together.
Okay, 50% then.
Yeah, but
he wrote the script.
But Rodriguez also worked on the script.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
it was not just
okay.
Not saying he didn't do great. I'm just saying maybe some people can't be what's the word? What's the saying? Jack of all trades.
Okay.
You know, Kevin Smith has written movies. Some people will disagree with me on that, but he has written movies and he's written comic books, and some people will also disagree with me on that. But I feel he's done well in both of those areas. He's also written a book, but the book's about his life, so that's kind of cheating. And you've got Neil Gaiman, who's written comics and books that have been turned into TV shows, but Gaiman's not writing the scripts. He's letting script writers write the scripts.
Right.
So I think maybe McFarlane's script not working out. Maybe he shouldn't be the one writing it. But from what I understand, he really wanted to be the person writing the script, so the movie kind of just never happened.
I would say don't have just one writer. Don't have one sous chef cooking for the entire thing. Have multiple sous chefs working on it. Have a couple writers working it out and being like...
But from what I understand, he doesn't want that, and that's the problem. He owns the character, and he's saying no. So the studio that would put up the money for the movie are going, well, then no.
Okay.
So
I mean, there's got to be a way to do it.
Reminder, this is the guy that carried around a baseball with him to conventions that end up not being worth anything.
Fair enough. Like, Cliff can yell with the best of them, but that doesn't fit very well on a podcast now, does it? I mean, it did for, like, the first 6 episodes.
I don't know. I have heard some complaints about how much you yell.
That's fine.
I think we just need to dial your mic back.
There ain't no dialing mic. The board fixes it.
And not according to the people listening.
The board fixes it.
Before we go on to that, I think I had one more gaming thing.
I've got a killer game.
Oh, I have a gaming thing we don't have pulled up. Just
I don't know
quick.
what this. I forget what this is.
I don't remember either. We'll have to look in a second. I played a little bit of Grounded.
Oh, okay.
It is still kind of broken, but considering it is pre-access, I hope to actually be able to enjoy the game more. Also, they're doing a Halloween event, so it's another game to check in for Halloween stuff. Doom's doing Halloween stuff, Destiny's doing Halloween stuff, and Grounded's doing Halloween stuff. And I'm sure there's plenty more out there.
WoW is doing Halloween stuff.
WoW always does Halloween stuff. You kind of expect that from them.
Fucking, what was I playing? I was playing a little bit ago. Killing Floor 2 always has something during Halloween.
Nice.
Destiny's Halloween was the image I just put up not too long ago. Let me see if I can't undo close tab. There it is. Festival of the Lost with all these really cool armors.
Yeah, they're gonna have the Haunted Forest again, and they're gonna have new weapons, new cosmetics. I really like the old worldy vampire type costume with the fangs on the hood or on the helmet. Yeah. But I also like this thing in the middle. It looks kind of like a scarecrow.
Wolfish?
Oh, wolf. That's what it is. It's a wolf. Okay. And then the other guy's like pieced together.
It looks like Doom Guy.
Like welded, pieced together.
It kind of looks like Doom Guy.
A little bit. Excuse me. Sorry. I think the whole stitching things together, though, is kind of supposed to be like a Frankenstein reference.
Maybe a little bit.
So.
But yeah, that's for that. As for me, I've been playing a little bit of
He says, oh, Boba Fett.
Or Boba Fett. Yeah, sure. I've been playing a little bit of Shadow Warrior 2. Now, this game was from 1997.
Real quick, we got a question in the chat.
Yes,
you can keep them once you've earned them.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to get them. The event starts on the 6th.
Mm-hmm. Thanks to Game Pass, I was able to play Shadow Warrior 2, and I fucking love it. This game originally comes from 1997. Not this one, of course, but the original.
Do I have to play 1 to understand 2?
It would help, but no.
So I can get away with a YouTube video that explains some stuff real quick and jump in?
Sure.
Okay.
There is a few things he references. Like, you don't even need to watch it. Like, you can hop right in. The one major difference between the first Shadow Warrior in 2013 to this one is there's now a loot system in Shadow Warrior 2, which I was like, it's going to probably be clunky, doesn't it? And then I started playing it around. I'm like, oh, this is great.
Mhm.
I can have 4 weapons. I mean, switching up weapons is great. You switch it up and change around these little tiny things. And I had asked you beforehand. I said, what did you think the name of the hero of Shadow Warrior was?
Mm-hmm.
And I told you. It's
Mhm.
Hung Lo.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, Lo Wang.
Lo Wang.
And his evil brother is named Hung Lo.
How are they evil brothers if they got different last names? I mean, maybe half brothers.
They're half brothers. And
on the mom's side.
No, father.
Well, then they would have the same last name.
Well, father, who was a heavy womanizer who dies in the very first game.
So they took their mother's last names. Okay.
I guess. I don't know. He also is half robot.
Goon says, because I'm evil, I changed my name.
I get that, but even still, it's stuck around the references of haha, funny Asian style name that also references penis.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Sock says low dick energy.
Yeah, low dick energy. But this game, look across the boards. It's 85 is the lowest, and that's on
try it
Humble.
out. I haven't.
It is. I love it.
And Goon said you don't even need a story, and you're right. You probably don't, but I want one.
You want one? It does start off very, very quick, hard hitting. You get most of his abilities from Shadow Warrior 1, such as the quick dash, the double jump. You get everything.
Mm-hmm.
On PC, I think you might have a little bit of a hard time. It may take a while for loading screens, but I think you might be able to run it, Goon.
Or you could just get a console.
He has a console.
Then get Game Pass.
He doesn't have that console.
Well, then get a good console. Actually, I think it's on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. But even still, it's a blast. I'm having a great time with it.
Goon's gonna kill me.
That's fine.
No, it's not.
That's fine. I would love to see more from Devolver and who is it? Flying Wild Hog. Like, these guys did great. They made Lo Wang do and say everything that reminds me of 1997. Like, he is supposed to be super fucking brash.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't take that away.
Now, okay, a good question. Is there going to be a 3?
Flying Hog released from 2021.
All right. So,
but no specific release date has been announced as yet.
I like that there's no specific release date.
Because then that means that they're not bound to anything.
Considering getting the new Xbox, Sony hasn't impressed me.
You were correct.
How about the... you know what? Let's move on to that news story. I think that's what that image is. Nope, that was not.
That is not.
Oh, we didn't pull that image up when fucking Firefox crashed.
Yeah, we didn't.
Okay, so I've talked about the fact that the new Spider-Man game was on PlayStation 5 only. Turns out it's on PlayStation 4, which I retconned a couple episodes ago. The other thing is, if you want the up-rendered version of Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4 on your PlayStation 5, you have to buy this special edition version of Miles. Well, now, also, you'll be getting a completely different face Peter. You'll be getting the Peter on the left, not the Peter on the right. They younged him up, they made him look like Tom Holland, and they claim it's all because of how the PlayStation 5 runs, and not at all that they were trying to make him look like Tom Holland. That's just a coincidence. They'll also be changing how he looks in the Miles game, so you will get Peter on the left, not Peter on the right in the Miles game. So Sony continues to not impress me and has made me not want the Miles game nearly as much as I did before.
But you still want it because snow time in New York.
Snow time in New York, and it's not Miles' fault that Insomniac and Sony are being stupid, and I want to support Miles.
Good. You have good intentions with why you're...
I will just be buying the PlayStation 4 version, which will have the sad new Peter, sadly, but I won't have to go and spend $500 and the $70 for the game.
Yeah. Yeah, Quincy's a big fan of Spider-Man. There's 5 figures. 1, 2, 3.
There's a Pez up there. There's a metal sign. There's a little Spidey up on the edge of the corkboard. There's
one over there.
There's one above the door. Yeah, there's a lot of Spider-Man in this room.
He's a big fan.
Oh, there's another metal sign there.
Oh, that's
there's a Carnage. There's a Spidey head.
That counted.
So, yeah, everywhere.
He likes the Spider-Man. I'm the Punisher, and I don't even have that. I have more comic book than I do...
I'm pretty sure there's a Punisher in this room, too. Somewhere. I want to ask the chat, which of these two images do you think looks better for Peter? Reminder, he is like in the middle. Actually, I think he's finished college and now he's working in like a with Xavier as like a post-graduation type of not Xavier, wrong scientist. Octavius. He's finished college and is now working with Octavius, and they're trying to get grants and stuff to do stuff for prosthetics. Which one should he look like?
You're gonna hate my choice, but I like the left one. As much as he looks younger, and I get it, it's supposed to be like that. I'm okay with it. I don't like this. He looks way old in that. I just don't like it.
Oh my god, Wright does look kind of like Shia. Max Wright does kind of look like Shia. A little bit. It's in the eyebrows.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know. I like the older version because a little bit. It finally aged Peter a bit. It wasn't feeling like it needed to pay homage to we have to be the movie. Now I feel like we have to be the movie. And Insomniac's saying, we swear it has nothing to do with Holland. I'm like, then why did you make him look like Holland?
Yeah.
From my understanding, I think the one on the right also looks more like the voice actor.
Okay. I mean, I'm always down for that. That I'm always down for. But at the same time, at the end of the day, you're mostly getting him in the mask.
Yeah, you're gonna mostly get the mask. This will only be cutscenes.
So let's just push that. Let's push that negative gripe. Let's knock down 1 point. Would you still give your 10 on 10 down to a 9 out of 10, even with this small thing, or is it bigger?
So the game is a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yes.
Them changing him to this game will get a lower grade for me.
Okay.
It'll probably be a 9 something because the game itself is still going to be great, and I've seen the other updates they've done to the game, and it looks beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
However, this face does look weird in some of the scenes I've seen.
With the preloaded, 2.5 second loading time.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be astronomical.
But like I said, I got to pee.
I know you do, but there's a pause button, motherfucker. But even still, I love that. I love the fact that they're saying...
The hair on which Spider-Man? Spider-Man?
Yeah, I think he's meaning...
Max says, I think Spider Bite slows aging. An interesting thing, when they did Marvel Zombies, it did slow his change into a zombie.
Yeah, because...
older one. Yeah, I did think the hair was a little goofy. If he didn't do the comb back in the middle with a combed... Like, he combed his hair in 3 different directions. You know? So I think he's right. The hair on the older one is a little goofy.
Yeah.
I think it also because, like, I loved the story. I loved the emotion in these scenes. And now I have to go through and experience them on a completely different face is weird for me.
I mean, that's like 007. You got a new actor playing it.
Yeah. But normally it's not rehashed shit. It's new shit. They literally changed the face
because of new engine.
Because of a new engine.
I get you. I do.
And it's like you're telling me that better technology made it to where you had more restraints? That's crap.
That is crap. Might as well get the one that I kind of spoiled out of the way.
Go ahead.
So, at first I thought this was a joke. I thought it was a huge thing on Twitter that was just blowing up a joke. I didn't watch the Nintendo Direct. I didn't even know if there was one. Because neither one of us
real quick, I'm sorry, Goon's got a really good point. He is very rushed even in the game still. It shows that he's very rushed, so him not combing his hair makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
Messy hair Peter makes more sense.
Yeah.
Back to Steve.
Watching the trailer, he plays super smooth and it's awkward. And
so to be clear, the new Smash Bro characters are all Minecraft characters.
Minecraft.
Steve, what's the other one? Alex.
Enderman,
and Zombie. I watched the trailer. The trailer made me laugh, but the maps look crappy.
The map looks small. I think it's
small and like no platform.
Yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be Final Destination style because that's tournament rules. That's why they're kind of going smaller.
Yeah.
I believe they're just echoes of Steve with the extra characters, so you have pretty much the same stylings all across.
So that if everyone picks Steve, they all look different. That's the concept, so that no one's getting confused on screen.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay.
I mean, they probably have different shirts. Neither one of us play Smash. I
haven't played Smash since the 64.
I played the Wii U variant. It's not tournament legal? I thought because of its small size, one base, and then any like small hills are just supposed to be bounce tech.
I mean, there's no platforms at all.
Yeah, like it's Final Destination with just a bump. That's all I saw.
It doesn't look good.
No? Okay, so it's not telling. Okay, if you're saying it's not tournament legal, I'll take your word for it.
The other thing I didn't like was we saw Steve built blocks around someone and kind of locked them in something. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work, and that looks like a really weird feature.
It also looked like the building around was starting to decay, so I don't think it's going to keep them locked in there.
It's just why would you want to do damage or knock them off the edge, not hold them in place because you can't even attack them while they're in that.
I think it's supposed to be like a lockout, like if you're edge guarding and they fall off the edge and you just build something to prevent them from doing it. I don't know how the systems work. The only way I'm gonna know is when fucking AlphaRad puts up a fucking video of it and I'm gonna watch it.
We got a couple reasons as to why the stage is hella not tournament legal.
1, timeout.
2, type faster.
Nah, he's fine. I just doubles and this is for the building. So the first reason is building something so that way you can get a break. Doubles. Yeah, if you have someone that's like a rock'em sock'em, like a little mech that's inside the box with an enemy, just fucking ba 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 ba.
So here's a question though: do you think a character's gonna be able to break out of that?
Oh, of course. I'm guaranteeing that it's gonna have like smash tech where you're gonna be able to like break through because having let's say you do get edge guarded, but let's say Ryu does his Shoryu, gets back up, he's able to break the couple blocks so he can grab the edge. It would be unfair and unjust if you're like, I can't edge grab because the blocks are there. No, they're gonna have something. They're not going to.
I don't know, it just looked weird.
It does look weird. It looks way.
Let's talk about the good side of this though.
Oh yeah,
this is the third that we can think of.
Second to third. I still think that Microsoft does have a little bit with the Dragon's Quest. I'm not 100%.
Well, this is at least the second time we've seen Microsoft. Actually, I can say a third time. This is the third time we've seen Microsoft directly work with Nintendo on something now.
Yeah. I mean, this is Microsoft owned.
Yeah, Microsoft owns Minecraft now, and they said, yeah, we'll put our characters into Smash. What was the other one?
Banjo.
Banjo-Kazooie. They put them in there. But furthermore, when crossplay went up for Minecraft, Sony said no. When Xbox went to them, they're like, no, we're not going to do that. Their reasoning being they say that the Xbox is so bad that it would ruin the PlayStation person's graphics and stuff. And I'm like,
hello?
Okay, Sony, sure. Go sit in your corner. But what happened is Nintendo went, we'd like Minecraft. Yeah. And so Xbox was like, okay, and so now crossplay between Xbox and Nintendo happened.
Like, you have Microsoft who's being super fucking cool with everybody.
And reminder, Microsoft's the company that tweeted on National Video Game Day, it doesn't matter what platform you play on, we all have one thing in common, and it's the X button. And it had a photo of a Xbox controller, a PlayStation controller, at the time I think it was the Wii U, but it may have been the Switch, and a keyboard. And PlayStation's the one that came out all shitty, like, ours is a cross. And I'm like, fuck off, Sony.
I've always called it an X button.
It's an X button.
I've always called it an X button.
I used to be a PlayStation person before eventually abandoning ship and moving over to Xbox. And I even own a PlayStation 4. And I'm still going to say to this fucking day, it's an X. Mm. They just want to be shitty because they're just so elitist.
Oh, yeah. There's only one game I would get with the PlayStation 4, or PlayStation 5, I'm sorry, that is going to be on PC. And that's Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
And
that's probably what's going to happen. I'll probably have to get the new Final Fantasies. If they're going to be PlayStation exclusives, I'll have to finally go with PC.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it'd be just as expensive at that point because right now,
the digital console's $499.
Yeah, and I mean, for $500, I can honestly say you can get probably the same specs as Code PC.
Please update Code PC,
Yeah, or update, or throw a graphics card in there.
If you got an old computer, updating for the most part is an option depending on the motherboard.
Yeah, the motherboard is going to be grandeur. Like, the motherboard and the processor are one of the two more expensive things, and then the graphics card soon after. The processor in there, as you can see, runs everything just fine.
Yeah, if you've got a motherboard that can already handle a decent processor and has the RAM space For the most part, you're good to upgrade that thing.
Yeah, 16 gigs of RAM. You can play anything.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, there's no negatives.
Hell, I'm running 8 on a laptop right now.
Yeah, it's doing great.
And Goon says that Smash has been one of the great things for Nintendo because it's allowed them to go into third party stuff.
Like when they introduced Ryu, Metal Gear Solid Snake, you got Banjo, you got fucking Hero, you've got just Steve.
Yeah,
you're slowly building that repertoire of. We're building the best fighting game we can.
Mm-hmm.
What can we include? Well, why not include something that everyone enjoys?
And then Sony's over there with Soul Calibur that no one cares about anymore.
I mean, Snake is Konami owned still.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You are right. Twin Snakes did go over with GameCube,
mm-hmm.
and then shortly after that, I think Metal Gear Solid 3 was on GameCube too, but it was missing a whole bunch of stuff.
So he also points out that the Game Pass, or the Ultimate Pass, still has 3 more characters, and that they originally were supposed to all release before December, and he doesn't think that's going to happen, or before 2020. He doesn't think that's going to happen. My argument is, Black Friday and December are coming up. All the holiday shit's going to happen. They're going to drop those characters then, because you're going to have all the kids begging for the game when they see characters they want.
Either that, or it's going to be 3 characters from one game.
That too.
3 big.
Yeah, it could be 3 from 1. But I think the concept is save those. I think the concept is save those characters for the holiday season.
All right,
because that's going to be what pushes kids to ask their parents, 1 for the game, 2 for the pass.
And then if those who don't own Switches, boom, there's your sales.
Yeah, and 3 for a console.
Yeah. Goon corrected me. It was the 3DS that Metal Gear Solid 3 was on.
That's weird.
Huh?
That's weird.
It's actually apparently it was really good.
I don't know. It's just weird to me. I like handhelds, but that's just weird.
You want to do this thing?
Yeah, we can do that thing.
Okay. So you said you want to do this. Follow me through it.
Okay. So Xbox Hall of Fame's coming up. They're doing another thing. So there's a couple ways to end up in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
One is, and it's because they're doing it because the Xbox One's essentially ending. The Xbox Series X is happening.
Okay.
And so everything has to do with the lifespan of the Xbox One. So they've got things like the Achievement Conqueror. Actually, I don't want these ones yet. Go down further.
Are we going back in time? Oh.
No, go down. There we go. We'll talk about the trials.
Oh.
But we'll talk about those in a second. So what it is they're looking at who got the highest gamer score for the entire life of the Xbox One. I'm not talking about that. Hold on.
Okay. I'm like, oh.
They're talking about who got the highest gamer score for the entire lifespan of the Xbox One. They're talking about who got the most achievements for the entire lifespan of the Xbox One. And they're also talking about like playtime, stuff like that. So these people are going to go into the Hall of Fame. It's a little late to become one of those people, because they're choosing all this stuff in October. But for the people that want to make it into the Hall of Fame now, we've got the trials. The one I think you might have a chance at. Forza Horizon 4 Hall of Fame circuit. Balance speed, cornering, and the relentless drive for glory. Your goal is the fastest lap on the special Hall of Fame circuit while driving the 2018, was that McLaren?
McLaren Senna.
It started September 22nd, so you have until the 11th of October to get the highest time.
Lowest time.
Sorry. Fastest time. That works. There you
go.
On that course.
Okay.
You up for the challenge? To do these things, you just have to go to the Xbox.com's Hall of Fame section and sign up. You do it with your
sign in for Xbox.
Yeah, your Xbox sign in. Then you've got the Achievement Drifter. Defeater, sorry. I was stalling cars.
Cars.
Those quick and easy achievements have never looked better. Unlock as many as you can in the qualifying period, and you could go down in history. That starts today and runs till the 19th. I've only got 3 achievements in so far, but this is the one I'm going for.
All right, man. You got a lot of games that don't have achievements on it.
Well, and they're saying complete with Xbox Game Pass. There's plenty I've never even touched from Game Pass.
So you're just like, delete all this, reload all this, let's go.
Let's go ahead and hit the next one.
State of Decay.
State of Decay 2, Zombie Slayer. Get to the heart of the problem. Start a new standard zone map and clear all play cards as quickly as you can without any multiplayer help between the 16th and the 18th. So don't do that one yet. Practice that one, but your times aren't going to matter until the 16th. And then next one is Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves Legendary Captain. Earn as much emissary value as you can in Athens. Is that what that is? Yeah. Fortune emissary voyages over the qualifying weekend. So it's just a weekend. It's the 2nd to the 4th. It's this weekend. So it starts tomorrow and runs till Sunday. The challenge is only open to Pirate Legends. So if you're not there yet, aim for rank 50 within all three trading companies. So that gives you pretty much today to wrap that up. If you win, if you become part of the Hall of Fame, you get a nice-ish, I don't really like the trophy, but you get a nice-ish trophy, Xbox Hall of Fame, Power Your Dreams. You would think you get Game Pass for a year. You get a kind of a nice hoodie,
I like that.
and you get an Xbox Series X. Why did we suddenly get welcome to the chat room?
I think it bubbled.
And you get an Xbox Series X. That's why I'm doing it.
Pretty good.
Now let's go ahead and head back up to the top, and we'll talk about some of the ones that some people out there might have.
The big ones?
Yeah, might have the chance at. So Game Pass Ruler. Hundreds of games have appeared on Xbox Game Pass, but how many have you played? Keep playing, and you could secure your spot in the Xbox Hall of Fame. November 22nd to October 19th. Now, my problem is there's stuff that released in November that's no longer on there.
Yeah.
So you could play everything that's on there now, but you may not actually make that one.
See, an Odyssey 2, I want to say my mom's friend.
Oh, he's talking to the chat, by the way.
Yeah. Max says I owned a Magnavox Odyssey 2, and I'm like, God, that's way long time ago. One of my mom's friends had one of those. I remember doing a couple clicky clacks on it, but yeah, that's beyond my memory. Gamer Score Legend.
Also, Goon's yelling something at you.
Oh, Fate Grand Orders, and there's a fucking JoJo reference.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
All right, Gamer Score Legend.
The biggest gamer score.
So this now it says November 22nd, 2013 to October 19th, 2020.
I think
that's the problem because it's from the birth of the Xbox One to current. So there's no way you're going to beat whoever's already there.
That's right.
So
shut up.
These ones are already for people that are there. The next one is Achievement Conqueror, and it's the same thing, October 22nd to October 19th. Who's gotten the most achievements? Is it 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 or beyond? I've gotten a lot of achievements, but there's no way I'm going to be the top person because there's people out there that are completionists that just fucking destroyed them.
Like, you literally have a guy that's called the Completionist on YouTube who's like, yeah, I've got this many games done already.
I can go through and pull out my entire library and sit there and just grind over the next 2 weeks probably get most of them. But the problem is the completionists have gotten ones you're never going to be able to get because servers have shut down and stuff like that.
Sure.
Because there's plenty of achievements you'll never get because of servers being shut down.
Yeah, but holy fuck.
I think this is going to be a real fun thing, and I'm aiming for some of these.
You're aiming for the trials?
Yeah, I'm aiming for the trials because that's really the only place I'm going to have a chance. I'm going to try the gamer one, gamer champion. How much gamer score can you rank up from the 1st to the 19th, and then go over
to the other one. The achievement.
Yeah, and then the achievement defeater. Because those two are gonna bounce off each other easily.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go fucking full hog.
I think the only one I think I'm gonna be able to go for is probably the Forza. I already have the McLaren Senna. That's not a problem, but I'm curious to denote on how to get the best time.
I'm sure there's a leaderboard.
Yeah, it's just I'm a very aggressive driver, so to safe drive is not my forte.
This is why I will never let you drive my car.
That's fine. But no, I'm a hyper aggressive driver when it comes down to racing games. You can ask Goon. It's just Jesus Christ. Order 1844.
Goon was asking what the notoriously short steampunky werewolf launch title for PlayStation 4 was. It looked good, but I did hear it was really short, so I never got it.
I think it's 1844. No, it's
1877
or 1888. 86.
86. There you go. It looked really interesting, but I wasn't going to 3.9 out of 5. Oof.
Yeah.
63, and well, Google users always like everything. So.
I mean, it looked good. It looked
Pull
great.
up some images.
I mean, I don't know why images were so far away.
I thought it looked really cool, and that pre-order bundle. Where is it? Scroll further down, a little more. Right there.
Oh!
Look at that.
Yeah,
that was a nice statue.
Ooh.
I don't know where you took us.
Boop. Can I? There we go. Yay! That actually looks really nice.
The stickers are kind of.
I would rather them be patches.
Patches would have been cool.
But a steelbook, you're always down for steelbooks.
Oh yeah, steel boxes is the way to get me. But yeah, no, it was notoriously short. And Goodall says you're both aggressive.
Yeah.
So going back to the Xbox stuff though, so you're worried about being on track with other people?
I'm worried about someone's gonna get that one that's gonna be 1 second faster, and I just got to figure out how to break that 1 second. You know?
Yeah. But I mean, it just started on the 22nd of September. You've got until the 11th.
I've got 10 days.
And you already play a decent amount of Forza.
I do. I have some achievements not a lot of people got. So this is going to be something I'm going to try to get. If I don't get it within like a couple hours, I'll probably temper it, try again a couple days later.
If you make the Hall of
Fame
Fame and you win an Xbox Series X, you got to bring it over here so I can play.
Okay.
That's the rule.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm going to give you the code for fucking the Game Pass. Fuck.
So now, here's something with Xbox Series X versus the PlayStation. Series X hasn't announced anything that's exclusive to it yet, has it?
I'm sure. Like, you got to figure.
I haven't heard anything.
Okay, well, here's the other thing. As soon as we roll over, we're going to be getting a whole bunch of games that are upgraded for the Series X or Series S. We're going to be seeing a whole bunch of games getting up-rendered, such as probably Forza Horizon 4, etc., etc. I'm sure in the near vicinity of after release, we're going to get something like...
hey, Liquid Ginger, don't worry about being late. Everyone else was late too. Well, the point I was bringing up is Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out for the Xbox, and they're giving you the upgrade to the Series X version.
Thank you, Eurogamer. We're just using you for 2 seconds, seeing if you have anything on this. Okay.
So Fable reboot and State of Decay 3, but State of Decay 3 is also going to PC, and it's going to be a Game Pass launch. You know it is, which means you're going to be able to play it on your PC with your Game Pass.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's going to be on the Microsoft, fuck off.
I did forget about Halo Infinite. Forza.
The reason why we noticed you're using AdBlock. Well, okay, we know we're using it. So instead of using your website, we're just gonna go elsewhere. Bye. Now this one I could just do that because it's like, okay, cool. So we've got As Dusk Falls.
I haven't heard anything about this.
It's gonna be like an interactive drama type of thing. Valhalla is not an exclusive. What are you
this
talking?
article's
wrong. Coming to PS, we'll utilize smart delivery. Atomic Heart. This one is gonna be a faster style BioShock.
Now, is this going to be exclusive because of Microsoft, or is that just what the company is considering building it for? Because I haven't heard a Microsoft title other than Infinite, which actually had delay issues, that is directly going to be an exclusive. Fable 3 is not even, or not Fable 3, but the new Fable is not even ready, so you can't even count that yet. That's not a launch title, My point is they're not forcing you into the new console, and anything that Xbox is releasing anyways, you're going to get a PC port, because that's what they do. And with Game Pass, it's all hitting. Avowed I hadn't heard of, but it looked very Fable-esque.
Yeah, and then this was during their last conference. It's from Obsidian, so
so that is an exclusive.
It might be a heavy exclusive. Quit going back up to the top, or I'm gonna beat your ass with.
Fuck this website. Let's go.
Borderlands. I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah, that's not an exclusive.
Bright Memory. I don't know a lot about it, but it was on the Xbox stream. I didn't get a. Why does he keep?
Fuck this website.
Yeah, fuck this website. We're getting it soon. The Medium. The one that had the creepy building and it was inside of her head.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting that. So
as an exclusive?
Yeah. It's going to come to PC, but only because of Microsoft.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of my thing, though, is Microsoft's not even locking you into the console. Like, that's my whole point, is Microsoft isn't locking you into a console like PlayStation is. They're forcing your hand over at PlayStation.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're saying it is allowable. Control, whatever. Chorus,
yeah, but
whatever.
Control's being a prick about it, and that's something from the company. That's not even a Microsoft thing, and it's going to PlayStation 5.
Call of the Sea. We had talked about that one recently. That's the one that has the merfolk type and Clock Tower. Oh, Mac just mentioned Clock Tower. God, I wish we were going to get anything close to that.
Do a quick Google. I'm curious.
What, a Clock Tower?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard anything in years, but that right there, if I told Lauren there's a new Clock Tower, she's going to lose her shit.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean...
Same thing with Fatal Frame.
Oh, Fatal Frame's still getting made by Team Crimson. Like, I don't... the Clock Tower...
and
like,
Goon,
I don't know if...
with the Discord Nitro users just got 3 months. Yeah, sadly, I can't use mine either, so I've got to drop mine somewhere. So he just... did you just...
No, he highlighted it.
Okay.
He paid Bubbles.
Gotcha. So I've been trying to give mine away to people in some of the Discord channels, and no one's wanted it yet because I can't use the 3 months because it doesn't work if you're already a Nitro user.
Okay, hold on. This is 2016.
So I got to figure out where.
Okay, so this one says that Haunting Ground is technically a Clock Tower game. I do not consider Haunting Ground a Clock Tower game. I consider it as standalone. It just plays the same way.
Does the devs consider it?
Even if they do, I don't.
I mean, it's kind of their decision, not yours.
I mean...
Is there a giant pair of scissors in it somewhere?
No.
Damn.
See, even Goon's a long way down on that one. But
okay.
Nightcry. Okay, Nightcry, I could. As bad as it is, I could consider it because it does have a man with giant scissors.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, Haunting Ground does have a good boy. It has a good dog.
So yeah, no new clock towers that we've seen. But I think they could make a killing if they did. Or how would you feel if they gave the original clock tower the Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3 treatment? Where it's still the same dialogue, it's still the same puzzles, everything's the same, but it's today's abilities for games.
For Clock Tower?
Yeah.
Neutral. There's other games I would rather see.
Blood Fresh Supply can't be your answer to everything.
Blood Fresh Supply, it runs. See, this is the subject matter of if it stays the same but gets up-rendered, what do you do? Like me and Goon played a little bit of Blood Fresh Supply. We were fucking. He was memeing the shit out of me because whenever you shoot a friend, even though friendly fire's off, you bounce back. There's a gap you have to jump over. He turns around, shoots me in the fucking chest. I go.
We have a tech question in the chat. How do you accept friend requests? I'm assuming you're meaning for Twitch?
For Twitch?
I don't know, because like Goon said, I don't have friends.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, as far as I know, it's supposed to be you get a little notification bubble and it says, this person wants to be a friend, accept or decline. Like, as far as I know, it's supposed to be with that little bell up at the very top to showcase notifications.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like, here, hold on.
While he's trying to figure stuff out, there's a couple games I'd like to see get the Resident Evil treatment. I think Clock Tower wouldn't be bad. Ooh. But how would you feel if they did... Oh, I just lost it. There was one I had. Afraid of the Dark. Afraid of the Dark? Horror game.
Alone in the Dark.
Or Alone in the Dark. That's what it was. Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the... they tried that a little bit ago, and it did not go over well.
No, because that was like a news story type of crap.
You're right.
Wasn't
the original.
The original remade, like...
Where it's a doctor who is slowly burning away.
Why are you claiming offers?
because I get free shit every
Okay.
month.
I mean, so do I, but we were trying to
Ooh.
answer the chat's question about friends and requests.
You're right. That's cool.
Nice. Okay. I'll probably have to go in and claim that.
And then I got all
So
this.
is it the
Like
is it the notification thing?
I-
And then if someone sends you one, you
I
just have to click
mean,
on it there?
like my Twitch, and then I guess
Okay.
is it the whispers? Do you go through that?
No,
I
I
don't-
don't think so. I've never had anyone friend request me on Twitch before. Granted, I don't really use my Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, I remember doing it a long time ago because I do have friends down here, online friends.
Yeah. Weird. Okay. Let's get back on
On
track. You can close the Xbox Series X thing, I think, too. Yeah. Because that was useless. We'll talk about this. Conan the Barbarian.
I'll accept it later. Sorry.
I just sent a request. Okay. Conan the Barbarian. It's been a movie. It's been a comic. It's been a very bad game.
Wait, Conan Exiles?
Yeah.
It has its shine where you're not expecting it.
Is it worth the price tag?
No.
Thank you.
If it was free on Game Pass, go for it. If it's free through Gold, go for it. If you have to pay fucking $60, fuck that.
So the good possible thing here, though, is Netflix is closing a deal to make a Conan the Barbarian TV show.
Cool.
And after seeing them do some seriously gruesome shit with other shows, I think this could be really good.
I think it might. I'm keen for it.
I
mean, the last time we saw Conan the Barbarian, we had who was it? Kevin Sorbo.
don't even know who that is. Did The Rock play him? I know he played Hercules. Who is Kevin Sorbo? That didn't help at all.
Oh come on! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
Justin can't manage anything tonight.
I am having a hard time. Shut up.
That's Hercules, dude.
It's Hercules.
Yeah.
Oh, go show what I fucking knew. I never.
That's
saw it.
Hercules, which crosses over with Xena. No, we've had a more recent Conan. I just don't remember who it was. But I think it's a good thing. I want someone Schwarzenegger size, but with a more understandable voice.
Okay. I mean, he's not bad now, but I get you.
But now he's older
old.
and probably shouldn't play him.
Or, I mean,
see, even Matt guy, that was the original Hercules series. Rock could be Conan if he hadn't already. I think he did. I know Rock did Hercules. But there's got to be some kind of bodybuilder out there or other kind of wrestler or something. I need to lean more this way.
Yeah. What was I looking up?
Conan the Barbarian.
Conan. I spelled Wayne wrong.
No, I guess he didn't play him. Okay.
Yeah, I guess not. It was all Conan O'Brien.
I could have swore someone played him recently. You're going back to that.
Yeah, I want to make sure. So I got a little notification. You have one new friend request, and then it bubbles up to showcase.
Oh, then it brings you to your friend section and it actually has a box for the person. You click accept.
There we go. And
Don't accept his friend request.
Turn off notifications.
So let's go ahead and move on to your song.
But up shoe news.
And don't forget to change the scene.
Oh,
there you go.
there we go. So this is kind of like a revamp from two earlier stories that we had this year. You okay?
Yep.
Okay. Two earlier stories that we had this year where it is one is the Have a Good Game Nikes. And with the Have a Good Game Nikes, they brought out the new the highs.
Yeah,
Air Force One highs.
This is the second version of these now.
Yes. And I fucking love the look of it. It looks really good.
Again, white. It's an issue.
It isn't always an issue, but
they're the good thing about the cool thing about these is they got a little guy with a little headset on. So that they're shoes meant for gamers. His mouth is also the Nike Swish, which is kind of cool. Am I wrong? Did these do something for a charity at one point? I don't remember.
I don't recall.
Remember we had a charity shoe at one point. I don't remember which one it was. They're not bad looking.
They're not bad looking.
They're gonna show so much dirt.
They are.
Also, I don't know any gamers that would wear Nikes for the actual purpose of exercise. I said for exercise. Put that hand down.
I would exercise. Fuck you. Kick your ass. But this is the first one. The second one,
Mac says spray paint. Just spray paint it so that you don't have to worry about the white.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I've seen a bunch of artists painting over these. Even doing what's that style where you fill a bucket full of like?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called.
And you dip it. Yeah,
I've never understood how that works. It just looks really cool.
Like hydroponic.
That's how you grow weed.
Oh. I don't fucking know then. In short, you spray paint in a bucket of water that allows you to dip it, and however the design looks when you're dipping it in, it wraps it and it makes it look better.
They do it with
water transfer.
Rims.
Sure. Yeah, water transfer. Yeah. Hydrocolonic.
There you go, hydrocolonic.
The second one is ones that we've talked about before.
Another Reebok pump.
But it's a pump. Like, I like the wrap that's on this one. Like, I wish it was all
over
the shoe.
The pumps are fucking ugly shoes, though.
They are not. They are god awful. They're huge, and they look heavy.
Some things should have stayed in the 90s, and other things shouldn't. This should have stayed in the 90s.
Yeah. This says it's 19,800 yen. If my conversion's right, it's maybe $180.
$10.
It's just if the whole shoe had this design of the actual wrap, I'd be down for that. It looks fine for the coloring. It's just the weird black, yellow, red.
Were you one of those kids that ever wanted a specific kind of shoe?
No. I mean, when Skechers first started, sure, the light up ones, sure, but I never was like, yo, ma, let's get those. No,
so my mom's ex was very much, I'm gonna dress you to be cool, and thought he knew what teenagers liked.
Okay.
So he would buy my shoes for the longest time until I finally got to choose my shoes, and I wanted Vans. That's what I wanted. That's what I'm comfortable in, and that's what I wear a lot of. But he was very much, I'm going to buy your clothes for you for like end of elementary and most of middle school.
Okay.
And he would buy me a very famous basketball player's shoes. What did kids wear that was a famous basketball player's shoe?
Okay.
I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Jordans? Yeah. No, he bought me Shaquille O'Neal shoes.
You don't know nothing about my shoes. But, so we have a
Goon can't wear Heelys?
Yeah, Goon wanted Heelys, and his feet were just too big for him. Max says Punky Brewsters. I don't know. I
don't remember Punky. Are you saying the shoes are like Punky Brewster? I remember Punky Brewster. I don't remember anything to do with shoes. Oh. Okay, I remember those now.
Big ass foot energy. Tried Heelys ones, couldn't figure them out. It's literally just one heel is like just a little up, and then the other one's your guidance.
No, okay, there was a specific shoe that Liquid Ginger went for though. What was it? You got the wrong color. Mm-hmm. I ate pavement. No, he was one of those kids that had a shoe that he aimed for, and I'm waiting for him to post it.
Like, hold on. Like me, I have my shoe right here.
Put your fucking shoe back on.
I'm
wearing the Spider-Man ones today, but I've already shown you guys those.
Like DC half boots. That's what I always wear, just because they're skater shoes, so they're comfortable. They're lightweight because they are skater shoes. But at the same time, they cover up my ankles, so that way, I got that full rounded support. I feel comfortable with them.
Yeah, no, I wanted Vans. And
Vans
eventually, nice. I did eventually get Vans.
Converses.
I've never had a pair of Converse.
I had one pair, and they broke. They were tore the fuck up.
See, I want to get a pair, but Lauren says they're going to hurt the shit out of my feet. So...
oh, look at that.
That's your style right there.
I love these half boot style ones.
The color
man.
works for you too because you like that like olivey green.
I love olive. Olive looks good on me.
It's a decent price too. $70.
Yeah, $70 for and these are meant for snow, but even in different colors they look good.
I mean, we have a mountain. You could go find snow.
Bitch, where?
Max says I wear what my wife buys. I mean, pretty much the main pair I'm wearing right now, Lauren bought for me because there was a sale.
What was it? The closing of Payless?
No, I missed that. Skechers did a massive sale, and we basically went in and got two sets of shoes when. What?
Continue.
Oh, I see that it's the chat. Santa's just hot snow. No, but yes. No, it's a pair of Skechers. Skechers did this huge set. We had talked about it on the episode when I got them, where basically we got her shoes and my shoes for the price of one pair of shoes.
Okay.
So it was a pretty good sale. And before that, I got some Under Armours that were on sale when Sports Chalet closed.
Ooh, I like some of these. Some of these look nice.
Max says love Converse, but in my day it was only $5. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like they became cool, and so they became expensive.
I mean, also back in his day, you can get a sandwich for $0.25.
I mean, you still could. You just don't want that sandwich.
Fuck no, you don't.
It's just you can still get things cheap. It's just
It's the truck stop sandwich from Futurama.
Oh well, see, then I get to heal.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, then you get the weird worms that are helping out your body, just as long as you don't mind them and make you better. Make you become strong.
But I liked both the shoes today. The pumps, I can't get behind the pump design.
I can't get
put
behind
that
the pump.
color all over the shoe,
Hold on.
and it's cool.
If they had just striped it all the way up and down with that nice vibrant color, without the pump, you'd be cool with it. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm down for that.
And Max says, "Hey," because you're picking on him for his age.
I'm not wrong.
He's gonna find you.
That's fine.
The next thing, neither one of us really ever really got into it. But when someone needs help, we like to, kind of spread the news.
Yeah. Michael Hogan of Battlestar Galactica has resorted to asking for help, and I'm not trying to dox him on it. I'm trying to say, hey, he needs a little bit of help. He had an injury that has caused a bit of head trauma, internal bleeding, and he's just saying, I would like some help. And so he says, here's a GoFundMe page. I would love some help.
Yeah, I mean, IGN's got it out there. Some other celebs have gotten it out there. You want to click on it real quick? It should be up towards the top. And I'm assuming it's going to be linked in that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how he's doing on it. Look at that. They're almost to the goal.
Good.
So they're at 309,000 of the 350. And it's been going for how long?
2 days.
Nice. So anyone that can help or wants to help?
Or no, I'm sorry.
September 20th. Okay, so it's been going for about
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
I thought it was 2 days. I'm sorry. I misread that.
So hopefully he's able to get the help he needs. I mean, sadly, TV doesn't always pay what people think it does, and money doesn't last forever. So.
No, $1 million can go in a year. You'd be surprised how quick a person would just be like, I can buy that. I can put a
you
little
gotta figure agents and all that shit.
Yeah.
So, if anyone can help, he's already had 6.8 thousand donors, and it's had 21.4 thousand shares, and it's got 6.9 thousand people following it. Yep. Battlestar Galactica is his main thing, Mac. I eventually will sit down and watch all of Battlestar Galactica. I just never really...
It's a lot, too.
It is a lot, and I just never really got into it. My favorite thing, though, is that they got sued by George Lucas because they totally ripped off the Stormtroopers. Kind of, yeah.
How long is Battlestar Galactica?
3,565 minutes.
Yeah,
that's not the spec I was looking for, but that's helpful.
35. What was it? 3565.
I think so.
Minutes in hours. So 60 hours. That's not bad.
Yeah. Max says the original is better.
Okay.
Because there's 2 versions of it.
Adult money is dangerous. You're right. That's why I don't think like an adult. I think like a child. Because if I buy the things I want, I'm happier. I don't worry about those bills. I don't worry about them until they start knocking at the door. Then I go, now I'm worried about them.
On that note, please buy coffee using our link.
Shit. Coffee and Humble Bundle games.
Yeah, there you go. Now, we got a few good news things here. I mean, not that helping someone is good news. The position he's in is bad news.
That's right. Boom.
We've got some Marvel news. We're getting a Nick Fury show on Disney Plus with Samuel L. Jackson. From what I understand, pretty much since Iron Man, he has been like, give me a Nick Fury show.
Give me something.
But he also took the stance of they know what they're doing at Disney. They know what they're doing at Marvel. The chat scared him away.
No, it's not me. It is the fucking landlady.
He's being called out about air conditioning. We live in a desert. So Samuel L. Jackson's been kind of aiming for this show pretty much since Iron Man, but he also took the stance of Disney knows what they're doing, Marvel knows what they're doing. They're doing a very good job. I'm not going to tell them what to do. I'm just telling them I'm open to it. And now he's getting it, and it's going to go to Disney Plus. And good. I'm going to watch the shit out of that show when it comes out.
I'm right there.
He hasn't done too much TV. He showed up on a couple episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think he spotted twice on SNL, maybe more. I've only seen him twice on SNL. He might have been more, but even still, like, you're right. Not a lot of TV from him. It's always been movie.
But I think this could be really good, and I'm really hoping to see some fun stuff from this show, especially with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ending.
Yeah, and Goon says he will watch that show if there's at least one motherfucker per episode.
There will not be. It's on Disney Plus. Yeah, no motherfuckers will be happening.
I think it'll be just like ending of...
You know what I want? I want there to finally be... I want there to finally be the crossover of Deadpool. And now I've heard a couple versions. I've heard like Deadpool is going to get to drop the first curse word and Spidey's going to beat it to him and he's going to be mad. But instead what I want is Nick's about to say it and Deadpool says it and Nick just turns and shoots him in the fucking head for it.
That'd be nice. That'd be a cute
knowing that he'll heal.
Yeah, knowing that he'll be fine.
Yeah, Nick goes to go, mother, and then Deadpool, fucker, and then just, it'd be great.
It'd be great. Has Samuel L. Jackson ever worked with Ryan Reynolds?
Yes, Hitman's Bodyguard.
Oh.
Haven't watched it, but I heard it's really good and they're doing a sequel.
Okay, cool. I was just curious if they have ever actually crossed paths, but that answered my question quite clearly. The last little bit of good news that we have.
No, we missed one more when we brought it back from the failure. They have casted Miss Marvel.
Oh, that's right.
A young girl by the name of Ima Vellani, Vellani. She's new to acting. She looks like the character.
She gets spot on.
And so I wish her good things. I'm really happy to see this character finally getting some attention. She showed up in the Avengers game as a main person for it, and now she's gonna get, I don't know if it's a movie or a show. I'm thinking it's a show, but I could be wrong.
That's probably gonna be a show. Like, you got Loki, you got WandaVision. I think they're gonna start aiming for more airtime, which is more shows.
Yeah, I honestly, Loki's the only show coming out of the MCU that I'm not interested in. It's an alternate dimension Loki. It's in an alternate dimension. It has nothing to do with any of the other things. Just,
I think it's still gonna be entertaining though.
Maybe, yeah.
I've never been against entertaining things, just as long as it, keeps me entertained, of course.
I like the breakdown the chat did for my Nick Fury thing. Nick, mother, Deadpool, fucker. Oh my god, I always wanted to do that. Big fan, by the way. Hey, how did you lose that eye? And then Nick shoots him in the eye. Deadpool, oh.
I mean,
that's pretty good.
Wait,
although Deadpool would be aware of the Captain Marvel movie and know how he lost the eye. Because Deadpool would know he's in a movie.
Yeah.
And also knows of the MCU.
Yeah. But more good news. I am way behind this. The only downside is it's going to Netflix. What I'm talking about is Resident Evil Infinite Darkness.
What's the downside with it going to Netflix? I mean, other than the fact that you don't have a Netflix subscription.
I don't like Netflix. I have no reason to reorchestrate to Netflix. But I'm happy.
It'll come out available through DVD or digital purchase. It's just Netflix will be where you can watch it with just a subscription. They do it with all their shows.
I'm hoping.
I can buy Orange is the New Black on Vudu. I'm not going to because Orange is the New Black sucks. But
I heard it's not bad. But
I liked the first 2 seasons. After that, the show started really tanking.
Okay.
And then they started killing characters and stuff. And
okay. Well, even still, I've always been a fan of Resident Evil, and the fact that this show is going to be just, it seems like an aftermath, where it's post Rebecca Chambers finally figuring out what she wants to do with her life, because she's been in like 3 different organizations over the last 7 games. Well, 8, I guess, if you're considering Code Veronica. But she finally figures out what she wants to do with her life, and I guess this is kind of the fallout. And then you have Leon, who's halfway still recluse. He still does his little thing with Hunnigan, and I'm here for it.
It's CG animation, Mac.
Yeah, it's gonna be CG animation because nobody can get zombies right unless it's fucking Romero.
And the whole thing, they just ended the live action Resident Evil movies, and they have been talking about rebooting it to try to actually make it like the games this time. And I think no one's just really picking up on it for some reason. Now, here's my question: will the Resident Evil Infinite Darkness be connected to Resident Evil Vendetta?
The movies?
Yeah.
Oh, all the movies. Yeah, probably.
So all the other CG films it'll be connected to. Are the CG films connected to the games?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, this is building off of the...
This is animation and games connected. Live action, very loosely connected.
Live action, not connected.
Yeah. I mean, it has a few connections.
It references stuff from the games. It is not canon to the games. The movies, zombies are everywhere and have completely destroyed the world.
Yeah, okay.
The games, it's select sections.
Resident Evil 1 and 2, the live-action movies, I would say lean more toward the games. Sure, it's not like 100%. Then the third movie on, I would say, bad. Even though I haven't seen most of them, I would still say that I wouldn't correlate it together.
Yeah, because 1 is the mansion. The
lab mansion.
Yeah, the lab under the mansion. But ignores everything else that happened at the mansion. 2 is Raccoon City, but ignores everything else that happens in Raccoon City, and they nuke it and whatnot.
Yeah, you got Jill, you've got
But that's not Jill's story at all in the games.
And I mean,
you cannot accept those movies as canon to the games because they change things.
You're right. Okay, I'll give you that then.
The movies do not affect the games. The games obviously don't affect the movies, but the CG animated movies are connected to the games.
Correct.
And as for what Liquid Ginger said about Walking Dead zombies, fucking mint. Walking Dead zombies are not the same as Resident Evil zombies, though. So that's the thing. Those zombies are great, and they, they very well portray George A. Romero zombies, but no one can seem to get the Resident Evil stuff correct. That's kind of where the weird dropout is.
Yeah, the line of this is supposed to be a biological weapon, and
Goon, I have no idea what you're talking about. He says, weren't the live-action movies all one big scam by a Russian guy anyway?
I don't know. I haven't seen past...
I have no idea what he's talking about.
I haven't seen past the third one. And World War Z actually gives me... I played the game a little bit, and I like how all the zombies are just crowding the area. And I don't mind fast zombies. Quincey has a problem with them. Problem?
I've got rules.
You got rules? I'm okay with them because there's different ways a brain can motion for quickly allowing more processes. Like you said, they don't have enough energy, or like rigor mortis sets in.
Rigor mortis sets in, decay sets in, things like that, because they're not being kept alive.
There was something I had read after we had talked about that, to where photosynthesis may actually base a body enough.
What is this, fucking
Last
of Us? They're fucking spores?
Think about it like this.
Another shit zombie, by the way.
We feed off of the sun through
vitamin D. Yeah.
Yeah, vitamin A, D, and a little bit of E.
If you're depressed, get more sun. That helps.
That is correct. But what they're also saying is, instead of it giving all that, instead of it giving the vitamin A, it'll give still the vitamin D for the bones and the structure, but the vitamin A will be correlated to something that allows them to just, if they're doing this in the middle of the sun, they roast for a little bit, their body will heat. The blood that is still in their body will heat, and then it just basically gives them about 3 hours of playtime.
No, the general function of a zombie, though, is the brain's working, yes, they're eating, yes, but their blood's not pumping anymore.
Sure.
And their bodies can't handle the running, is my main thing. I feel a freshly turned zombie can run.
For a brief bit.
For a brief bit before rigor mortis and decay starts to set in, and then they would slow down. That's my ruling.
That's a fair acclamation.
And to answer Liquid Ginger's argument of the Resident Evil zombies are more monsters, I will say some of them are, some of them aren't. It really depends. However, I've never liked the fact that none of the Resident Evil zombies go down with a single headshot, because most of them are just regular fucking people. We didn't mute this.
Yes, I did.
Are you sure?
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna showcase a little bit of like when they're stumbling forward. That's as fast as I'll allow it. Like they're not like
yeah. This is fine.
Yeah,
that was a little quick.
But I mean, their prime objective is not I'm dead. I need to eat. Their prime objective is I need to infect.
Yeah. Well, if you read Romero's book that he wasn't able to finish, but someone else did before after he died. George A. Romero, that is. Mm-hmm. There is a level of more of me in the zombie slot process.
Yeah, and I love this. I love this whole scene, by the way. But continue.
I mean, this is better than the gunfight.
Yeah,
the gunfight is terrible. But yeah, these parts I would consider these as zombies. We do get more into the whole concept of the monster thing in Resident Evil, and I always kind of felt like the big flaw with Resident Evil's movies was the fact that, one, they treated these amazing characters like shit because they got Mila Jovovich and that's all they cared about.
Correct.
But two, they kind of fucked most of the monsters. Like, the only monster they really used right, they used for one fucking movie and killed him off, and that was Nemesis. And they also changed his background of how Nemesis happened. The movie's kind of shit all over the games.
To be fair, I actually liked how they did it, where it was like, he's mutating differently. He's taking the T virus way different. Let's see if we can't use this to our benefit. Give him the Nemesis. Stores.
But he was mutating from a scratch from a liquor.
Even still.
Which is also weird.
It's T virus. T virus can be infected through anything bodily motioned. So scratches, bites, even a wound that was licked.
I don't know. The whole thing was kind of weird to me.
Like, that ideology... God, I fucking love that gun kata. Even still, all the ideology of what a zombie should be is also divisive of the fact of... This isn't supposed to be... They are wanting to eat. They are wanting to infect. Mm-hmm. So the idea is they need something that can move, that can get out there. I mean, the Rage Project from 28 Days Later. Mm-hmm. They had them halfway eat, but at the same time, I don't consider
the 28 Days Later zombies, though. It's a virus. It's a rage virus. I don't even know if they're necessarily dead.
Oh, they're dead.
Could make... When do we say them die?
The dude... in the very beginning, when he goes into the church, the dude with half the face.
Okay, it can keep you going after you've died. But my point is, a person with rage virus that has not been shot or stabbed, anything like that, for instance, the dad that gets the drop in his eye, could he be cured if there was an antidote? Because nothing's happened to the body.
No, but at the same time, this had been... This took over all of London, and everyone was heading to... Starksboro? Somewhere down south. Maybe Surrey? I don't know. Even still, they were heading elsewhere to, get to a foundation. Oh! Sorry, that was a sick-ass DDT on screen. But Shaun of the Dead is another good way of showcasing, slow shamblers, but at the same time, a lot of slow can build. Because you have, outside that pub, as soon as everyone's already out there, they're all banging at it.
And that was George A. Romero's thing. Alone, a zombie's not too bad. Maybe in the first couple hours before you realize what's going on. But alone, a zombie's not bad. The zombies don't need to be fast, though, because there are so many of them. And people die so easily and turn into zombies so quickly that you quickly are overrun. Zombies don't need to be fast to be dangerous.
No, you're right.
Zombies can be fast, but I feel there has to be rules. Rigor mortis is a thing. Decay is a thing. That body's no longer functioning. I like how in Walking Dead, we see the bicycle one, which if you go and watch, they have a little mini series on their website where they actually show the bicycle lady becoming a zombie, like how she got bit and everything. Mm-hmm. And as we see, she full on decays. It's a first season thing. Okay. And she's still somewhat functioning, but she is full on decayed down to, her organs are gone and whatnot. Her skin's flaking off. All that shit.
And Goon just asked a question. Do we ever see a Crimson Head? I believe in Degeneration, you get like half of a hint of one. You don't really get too much of a.
Which one was the Crimson Head?
Resident Evil 2. When you knock down a zombie or kill a zombie, but you don't burn the body, they can come back later on as Crimson Heads.
I didn't run into that, so I don't remember. Maybe it's not in the remake.
Actually, I think it's 1. Yeah, it's 1.
Okay.
Jill Valentine.
You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Yeah, you can. You take the lighter and you light them on fire.
Gotcha. You definitely don't. I don't think I've ever seen them in the live action movies.
I don't think the live action. I don't know. I need to watch them, but at the same time, do I need to watch them?
No. I haven't seen the last one. I saw all the way to everything except the last one. But the biggest problem with the Resident Evil movies was that they just ignored some of the greatest parts of the games and how fucked up Umbrella Corp was and whatnot. And then furthermore, Resident Evil 4, it's not even fucking zombies anymore. It doesn't always have to be zombies. It can be different threats is what the game's proved. But the movies were just like, no, zombies and Wesker. That's the only thing that's evil.
It's a virus. It is a virus that is supposed to encompass your entire body. Yeah. The Los Plagas is a parasite, which is a stronger strain, which could actually take over your entire central nervous system and just say, you don't need to eat, you don't need to sleep. You're just going to infect with more eggs, which works better for I could run now.
I feel like the new Resident Evil game is going to be very Resident Evil 4-esque, and it looks really good.
Oh, it looks great.
And there's werewolf type things now.
Bestials, where it's all covered in fur. It reminds me of Bloodborne.
They're not werewolves, but it looks like whatever the infection is, because it's a colder place, maybe they grew some fur.
It just looks so good. I am all here for it. I'm here for everything that they're doing.
I'm worried that, what's his name?
Ethan?
No, the other one.
Chris?
I'm worried Chris is going to die.
Because
it says his story comes to an end, and they're showing that the game's played through Ethan, but when they said his story comes to an end, they cut to a scene of Chris and Ethan. They were showing us Chris as Ethan was freaking out. I think Ethan's gonna die. Not Ethan. Chris is gonna die.
Either or.
One of them's gonna die, but I'm thinking they're gonna end Chris's story, and it's gonna really piss me off.
I don't know,
because we don't have anything dated past 8, right?
I mean, as of right now, no, but. Yeah. I mean, that's subject to change when Capcom needs money.
What do you mean, like bring Chris back from the dead? Because
either bring Chris around, or if Ethan's the one that dies, just have Chris's story keep going. I don't know.
I'm just saying, because Ethan having 2 games and be like, his story ends.
But then again, to be fair, I don't like Ethan. I'm not a big fan of Ethan. Having him originally start off looking for his girlfriend, was it wife?
Girlfriend, wife, something like that.
Something like that, and then it finds out that, spoilers, his girlfriend, wife was a babysitter for this really dangerous project that has a new form of, I don't want to call it a virus, it's like a mental...
It's a fungus
thing, and I'm like, that's great.
That's mold, I think.
Yeah, oh, that's right, the molded, that's right. And I mean, it's fine that they've been missing, and then he receives a message from the mind-controlled girlfriend wife that says, "Stay away." Huh?
Goon was asking if it was years or a year. I think it's a year.
It was a while.
She was gone for a while.
Long enough for him to go, it's been this long, during a talk with a friend. But even still, having okay, let's see, a virus that is actual liquid, having a parasite that takes over the body, having a mold. I would actually like to see a bacteria strain.
Okay.
Kind of like...
why don't you like Ethan was what we were waiting for.
He's just... He has no... You don't get any instance of what he's there for aside from her, and then all of a sudden, I get this gun, I get this flamethrower, I get introduced into this family.
Well, he's there to find his girlfriend, and he gets stuck in a bad position. And it's a story about a guy that, rather than saying, fuck it, I'm going to die, says, fuck it, I'm going to fight. I like it. You want someone that's, trained with guns.
Kind of. I was leaning more to the fact of one of the very first scenes you run into, he goes around and he's talking with a cop. And he's like, yeah, hey, can I get something, anything? He's like, give me your gun. And the cop goes, you're going to get this and you're going to like it. It's the pocket knife. And I'm like, cool. That means you can, open up the side door, all that. That it's one of those whole things of placements. I would have immediately told him, "Hey, grab backup."
So your issue is Ethan's stupid.
Ethan's fucking dumb.
Okay.
I don't know. I prefer people who have at least a little more common sense.
You want another soldier.
I don't want another soldier.
Who is it from 4?
Leon?
Leon. I want Leon again. Where's Leon been?
Leon was in 5, and 5 was just
5 wasn't completely terrible.
It wasn't terrible. It just had good points and bad points.
But Leon didn't die in 5, and
That's
seeing Chris in 7 and 8.
And he's gonna be in the Infinite Darkness Netflix
Leon
show.
is?
Yep, he's right there, center stage, doing his fucking.
Which is great. But where's Leon in the games? I want Leon in the games.
I'm sure we'll get more.
Liquid Jim says I like Leon. Leon's great.
Leon's great.
4 was a good game.
Yeah,
it's just the controls suck nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, Leon was just starting off as I got out of police academy. I'm now going over to Raccoon City Police Department to start my job. That was it.
Shit got crazy.
Shit got crazy immediately. He never even got to sign in. He literally was there.
That was supposed to be his first day.
It was supposed to be his first day. It had a banner that said, welcome Leon. And in order to open up his locker, all of his board mates played a prank on him, locked him out of it, and was like, there's a gift if you can figure out our names before we even tell you. Ha ha ha. Funny joke.
So then Leon goes through and he becomes part of that like agency and whatnot because
not Stars. What's the other one?
I don't remember, but it's the one that's formed because of what happened in Raccoon City.
Yeah.
And he has to go to the village because the president's daughter keeps getting herself in trouble.
BSAA. Thank you.
Do you ever feel like she's very much the kind of person that accepts the candy in the van?
She's very much a Leon. Help. She's. I think she becomes...
Okay, so I remember that Chris and Shiva were 5.
Yeah.
He's saying Leon's not in 5. He shows up in 6.
6.
I didn't play 6.
Him and Athena. You are correct. You are correct.
I didn't play 6 because everyone said that one was the one that was shit.
That's correct. I am sorry. I muddled my mind. As far as escort characters go, she does a few things that is interesting, but...
Do you mean escort as in leading you places?
Yeah, okay. Let's go down the line here. Resident Evil 0, very good game, very straightforward, very, very, very linear. Puzzles were a little confusing on the train, but as soon as you get off the train, everything's straightforward as fuck. Cool. The train was spectacular.
Who's the character in 0?
It is Billy and the young...
Matt got my joke.
I got your joke. I just didn't want to fucking... Resident Evil 0
Goon, stop yelling.
Characters. Rebecca Chambers. So
okay, Rebecca and Billy.
Yeah.
And then 1 is Chris and Jill. But you've also got what's his face showing up every now and Wesker.
Yeah, Wesker and technically Barry. Because Barry comes in later with...
Who's the Jill sandwich guy?
Barry.
Okay. But you don't play them.
Jill sandwich. But even still, they become relevant later.
Caps Lock.
Yeah, Caps Lock Falcon. They become relevant later on. Both Wesker and Barry become playable characters later on.
And Wesker becomes a pain in the ass later on.
Oh,
later on.
Later
Resident Evil 2 is Leon.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's the girl?
Oh no.
I don't remember the girl.
Claire Redfield.
And then 3 is that back to Jill?
That's back to Jill. And
is there another person in 3 that you play as?
I mean, technically that's the one where they take on Tofu as a actual canon character, and I'm like, I don't want that to be canon. Tofu should never be canon.
Well, you can play as Tofu in 2 as well.
You can play Tofu in 1 as well.
Oh, I didn't know you could play it in 1.
All of the Resident Evils up until 4.
And 3 introduces Carlos, but I don't think you only play as Jill, right?
You only play as in the remake you play as Carlos for a brief bit.
Okay. I haven't actually played the remake yet, but I have it. And technically 3 is going on while 2 was going on, so you get some references of Leon being around and stuff like that, but
correct.
You don't play as him. 4 you play as just Leon.
Yeah, and then Mercenaries kind of, I don't know if you want to count that.
No, I think you only play as Leon.
You do.
Okay, yeah. And then 5 you play as Chris and Yeah, and then 6 you play as Leon.
You play as Leon, Athena, and then you get Wesker's son. Oh,
I will say the actor they got for the live action Wesker was really good.
Oh yeah.
He looked like right on.
The Sherry Birkin, who is the Damnation kids, which is Wesker's kid and Sherry Birkin.
Liquid Ginger just says Junior.
I don't fucking it's pretty much Junior.
I don't remember.
Piers.
I didn't play it, so Leon, Athena, Wesker's son. Even Goon couldn't remember Wesker's son.
Yeah, I think it's Piers.
And Sherry. Okay.
Yeah, it's Piers.
Pierce?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Jake Muller? Wait, who the fuck? Oh,
No.
Piers is Chris's new partner in that because Shiva decided to stick it in Africa.
Okay.
But Jake Mueller.
Is that Wesker's son?
Yeah.
Piers looks like Wesker.
Yeah, Jake is Albert Wesker's son. He is described as a mysterious, jaded, battle-worn mercenary.
So I never played 6 because I heard it was crap. And I didn't play Raccoon City or was it Operation Raccoon City?
Operation Raccoon City is the
crap.
Oh, I'm aiming my pistol.
Well, we just watched that in your gun fu scene.
Well, no. He's like this. The gun is in their head.
We just watched that in your...
gun kata. Okay, gun kata, you can actually aim like this. Where the ejection port goes like this, you get your line of sight. Not a problem. It's not in his fucking mouth.
So me and Liquid Ginger went to the gun range once, and I'm standing back into his side, and he's shooting, and all of a sudden, one casing just decided randomly, doink, doink.
Operation Raccoon shitty. I like that. But then you also have Code Veronica. Code Veronica was...
Who is Code Veronica?
I know it's fucking... What's her bucket?
Claire and Steve.
Steve. That's right.
And then...
it was Claire Redfield, but I didn't know about... I forgot about
what's
Steve.
the other one that's a spinoff?
Then you have Revelations, which is Jill and Carlos?
So Leon's literally only been in 3 games.
No, it's Jill and Chris. Okay.
Because Chris is everywhere.
And then you have Alex Wesker, which is Wesker's wife, girlfriend. She was a part of the overseer project. Mm-hmm. So she's the main antagonist. I did not like Revelations 1. It was fine. Revelations 2 now. This one allows you to play as Barry Burton.
Okay, so then Barry makes his comeback.
Yeah, and it has his daughter Moira Burton. So Claire Redfield.
Does he have better lines this time?
No, he literally has the same lines.
They still make the Jill sandwich joke.
I believe he does it with someone else. Okay. Like Jill's not in Revelations 2, but he does make a similar joke. When Claire and Moira run into Barry and this little girl that Barry has to, because that's one of the interesting things about Revelations 2 is it's co-op. You have a person playing Claire, a person playing Moira, not a problem. You have a person playing Barry and a little girl with a little bit of psychic ingenuity. Mm-hmm. And the game works spectacularly. I love Revelations 2.
Goon's saying he feels like Leon's probably his favorite character, but because he thinks that's because he's only showed up in a few.
Yeah, maybe the reduced sighting does make him more...
Yeah. I was going to argue he's also had the best games, but he had 6.
But, I mean, so did Chris, and we're still getting Chris.
Well, no, I'm just saying, why people like Leon so much. Because I love Leon. Leon had 2 and 4, which are some of the best games in the franchise. Okay. But Leon also had 6. I never played it, but I have heard a lot of bad about 6.
Okay, I will give you that. But, I mean...
And I'm wondering if maybe that's why he isn't showing up right now, is because they put him in 6 and went, ooh, 6 sucked, and they're blaming it on Leon, when the reality is it wasn't Leon's fault.
It wasn't Leon, it was the very, very horrid storytelling.
And we never got a Leon or a Barry in the movies, the live-action movies.
They hinted at it in the second one with the bigger gentleman who was like, come on, let's go, and kind of was ushering people toward him with the giant fucking sniper rifle. I'm like, number one, Barry's got a fucking revolver. He is not going to half-ass anything. He is going to take his revolver and he's going to do something. Plus, 4 is Leon.
Yeah.
then when you go into Revelations 2 with Barry, as far as like his overall arc, he acknowledges that he's getting on in his age, but
it looks like they have a live action photo actually of someone for Barry.
okay, what movie is this? Does it tell us what movie it is?
Click on it, it'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm gonna. All right.
I like the background for the fandom page right now.
The partner in crime in Retribution. Gee, thanks for the spoiler. But that's the thing. He doesn't die. So
well, that's why I'm telling you the movies are not canon, because
I don't like it.
Jill is gone after like the third or fourth movie, I think.
Yeah.
Barry doesn't make it. I don't think Chris makes it past a certain point. The movies are all about Mila Jovovich and only her.
And he looks
I know
young.
I know the actor from something else, but
yeah, he looks familiar. But at the same time, here. Let me show what's going on. Like, he looks familiar, but at the same time, I
don't remember Leon showing up in the fourth movie.
I think he's meaning games. Second
no,
game,
he says the fourth movie brought in a bunch. Jill, Chris, Leon, etc.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen them, so I can't help it with that.
And Goon, the animated movies are connected to the games, not the live action.
Yeah, I think he's saying
movies.
I think he's saying movies.
Where we saw Leon 2, 4, 6, and then the
animated,
the CG animation movies. Okay. Yeah, I pull up Leon. I don't think he's been.
Main content, lore, characters. Wow, we went on a tangent, didn't we?
Yeah, that's okay.
That's fine.
Just Google it.
Yeah, okay. Leon S. Kennedy.
Blob?
Was he the Blob? Okay. Oh, here we go. So this is his screenshot for Infinite Darkness.
Yeah, the new CG animated thing.
He was in Vendetta. He was briefly in Revelations 2, I guess. There's a character model for him.
Okay.
Resident Evil 6, where he looks like a pop band. Damnation, Degeneration, Resident Evil 4, DC. I don't know what DC is. The light gun. Dead.
Light gun tells me nothing.
Yeah, it's the one where you actually aim the gun at the screen. Resident Evil 2 Remake. Umbrella Chronicles.
Resident Evil 3, where it's in a cutscene, and Resident Evil 2. Yeah. I was going to say, I didn't think he was ever live action. Keep scrolling. Let's see if it says anything underneath this character. Because normally they'll say, like... Other information, last appearance, voices, portrayer? Oh, for the ad. Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Resident Evil 2 ad. Yeah, that's for the... Apparently the actor died. Oh. Wow. Again, let's go back to... modeled, and he was never in the live actions. And he was voiced by one Matthew Mercer now. Mm-hmm. And he's going to be... I hope he does it for... Let's see. Is he going to be doing it for Infinite Darkness? Doesn't say. Doesn't say on any of it. Pull up Infinite Darkness. It's right there. Clickable. It might tell us. Nope. No, nothing. It just tells us who... It's probably too early. It's probably way too early. But then again, Dead Aim. Thank you. Krauser. Holy shit. That's yelling. I'm sorry. That's a name that I fucking remember. Jack Krauser. So Leon, I honestly, I think they need to reboot it. And what they need, reboot the movies. And what they need to do is they need to do 0 and 1 as one movie. Fair. And then do 2 and 3 as one movie. Well, 3 takes place at the time of 2. Of 2. So I would say if you can make it a show. Okay, there you go. Do a show. And then do breakdowns. 4 could be a movie. 4 could be a movie. 4 could be a great movie. Do the Code Veronicas and all those things as miniseries. Miniseries. Yeah, because Code Veronica could probably fill up a good 3.5 hours, maybe 4. 5 can be a movie. Ignore Operation Raccoon City. I would say keep 5, if only for the beginning segments of trying to figure out what the fuck 6 was. Yeah. And then just use a little bit of 6, and then go straight into 7 and 8. Uses little. Yeah. He's in Retribution, played by Johan Erb. Okay. Let's pull it up. Let's just do that. It looks like fucking Wesker.
Starch.
Pull up Retribution. As Leon S. Kennedy.
Yeah.
I never saw Retribution.
I've seen.
Yeah, I never saw this one. Was this the last one?
No, it is not.
Okay, so I didn't see this one and the last one then. Wow. Okay, so they did use him, and
I don't. I'm neutral.
I don't like the way he looks, and that is a very skinny version of Barry.
I don't like it. Oh, just because you got the brown puffy jacket, fuck off. Second to last? Okay, so you haven't seen the last two. I haven't seen the last 3 or 4. I don't know how many is left. Like,
also, what's even the point of bringing Leon and all them in? Because it's not about taking down Umbrella anymore. It's about taking down Umbrella because they keep doing more experiments, but the whole world in this universe has been completely overrun.
Everyone just undressed. I'm uncomfortable.
I don't know. This feels like a waste of these characters, honestly.
It does.
And I'm wondering how long before Mila shows up and just starts kicking things.
With her weird quarter-loaded shotgun.
I like Mila Jovovich, but I don't feel like
Multipass.
this should have become what it did with her and whatnot.
Multipass.
Oh, fuck, there's that thing again.
Oh, God. Okay, the Alice Project, if they had nothing to do, if they did not introduce it to Resident Evil and they had it as a standalone thing, without all these characters that referenced it, I think this would have done well.
So you're thinking someone had an idea, but instead of doing that idea, what happened is they ended up with a lot of... What?
Go.
So they had a good idea, but they couldn't sell it on its own, so they used bits of Resident Evil to sell it.
Correct. And to that, there was some pieces that were good, such as the Nemesis Project and, having that be the main antagonist of the second movie. That's cool. That's great. But then you have shit like this that breaks continuity. Because the idea is Barry technically outranks Leon.
Yeah.
In everything. Even when he's in the BSAA. Even for that brief bit before his retirement.
I don't know. But we got off on a huge tangent, and we got to wrap up.
We do.
So,
remember to follow us. Remember to tell your friends about us.
Yeah, like, subscribe, share. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Follow us on our separate Twitters as well. All the stuff you need is in our description. Leon was a private escort for the goddamn president. Was he, though? Because he just goes to find the daughter.
Well, in the animated movie.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the animated movies. That's why. I've seen parts of the one where the plane crashes into the airport.
Okay. At the very beginning of that movie, it showcases that the president gets infected, and he goes, "Fuck! God damn it! I failed." Pop.
Oh, well, way to go.
Or no, I think it's in the beginning of 6. I think it's in the beginning of 6 that he does that.
So.
All right. One of those two.
Back to our thing. Like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on our personal Twitters. Tell a friend, tell an enemy. And to support us, make sure you check out Home Bundle Partner and check out Geek Grind. Right as I was pointing to it.
Yep, I know. That's the reason why I did it.
Geek Grind Coffee.
Geek Grind Coffee.
There we go. You dick.
Yep.
All right. You guys have a good night. I don't have a coffee pun for tonight. We spent time with other things, so I'm sorry. Just remember you're beautiful.
I'm beautiful.
Yep.
You're very beautiful.
Bye.
Bye.
End the